Got the most ghetto rig over here.
All right, I think we're live. It doesn't say live; it says directly instead of recording or live. Like in the top corner, it says directly. Does anybody else see that? I assume that means live, though.
Yeah, it's live.
Okay,
It's live, yeah.
we're live. All right, nice to see everybody. Who I'm sure there's plenty of people waiting to see this commentary that we did not announce and that we still don't even have the name of what the movie is, and it took us forever to do this. But after much deliberation and a lot of searching and stuff like that, the movie we have decided on, yes, is Hot Fuzz from Edgar Wright. You know, with Nick Frost and Simon Pegg. This is a favorite of mine. I always watch this. So this will be fun. I know it really well. I'm Cole. There's Jay and Orc with me. First, we didn't think we'd be able to get together, but it's all worked out on this late-ish Saturday night or whatever. So, if anybody is actually interested in watching and doing this, we can give you a couple minutes to try to find it. It seems to be on both Canadian and American Netflix, if you don't own it or something.
It's NA friendly. Best Netflix NA.
Yes, and we have it paused basically where the Rogue Pictures logo is just sort of about to fade off the screen.
Jay,
as usual,
it's going to be
on Canadian
for you.
Yeah, mine's 26. Mine had a thing to come up. I think it was called One Entertainment maybe first. So as usual, there's other distributor stuff going on in the Canadian version.
So like 17 to 19 seconds in, Jay, is where I'm at.
Okay.
And where Cole should be too, if there's nothing else.
And that Rogue Pictures logo is like 12 seconds long.
Yeah, he's like, it's just going away now, and I'm like, I'm trying to sync up, and it's like 12 hours later. It's like, oh wait, the sun's rising, great.
I've got it just where it's just about to disappear and fade off. I'm pretty sure.
Cool.
So I'll have to go back later and title this the proper title that this is Hot Fuzz, but I'm too afraid to touch anything now because I don't want to screw this up. So I don't know, maybe if anybody's monitoring and gets alerts or something, or if this is my channel too, it's not Jay's, so God knows. If anybody's actually along with us, but maybe they can find it later and maybe put a link to it on Twitter. Somebody can do that.
Which brings me to our next announcement. We're going to be launching a new show, the Tripod Dimensional Podcast.
Feeling left out, or sorry?
Not at all. I just think it's a good title. Tripod Dimensional Podcast. That's funny.
Very funny. Big dicks, right?
I'm really bad at titles, so pretty much
No, Tripod 3. That's
like
not big dicks, no.
Like either after it was completely over or like 3/4 of the way in. Like I usually start writing things with no idea what the fucking title is. Like I'm not good at titles.
I'm not either.
Title, it seems like it's already been done. Now, I mean that's okay. There's plenty of fiction out there, that share a title, but you always want to try to make it a little bit original. But yeah, so this is Hot Fuzz, a nice English movie. So I think that's enough preamble. We're gonna get this thing going. So if anybody is watching along or whatever, they can join us later in progress. But in case you are with us now and are on the Rogue Pictures logo, we're gonna count down from 3 and then go. On go, we will go. Everybody good? Good. So it is in 3, 2, 1, boom. And Rogue fades off.
We did it. We did it.
Did it. Hopefully mine is lower. As usual, I try to put my sound down and just put on the captions. Okay, it's still probably a bit loud because I can hear pretty well.
So this is the second installment of the Cornetto trilogy, is that right?
Yes, it's the middle one. Seems to be the overlooked one, but I don't like it more than, Shaun of the Dead, but I like it just almost as much. It's super close for me.
Yeah, I think definitely Shaun of the Dead. I think it's the best of the 3.
I do too, but for me, this one is really, really close. I mean, most people don't really feel that way. I don't know. There's just something about this I really like.
I like this one a lot, but World's End is, I don't know, it's just so much fun when he reunites with his friends, and it's been such a long time. I don't know, especially when we're at our age, I don't know. It's I don't know.
I like World's End. I was really disappointed the first time I've seen it. In repeat viewings, I like it more. But yeah, Nicholas Angel, The Mean Streets of London. Baton of Honor. Yeah, so there's a few jokes that I guess repeat in all three movies. One of them is like, "You've never taken a shortcut thing." Job. Gets stabbed by Santa. It kind of blows my mind to see these two right across from each other in so many ways. Martin Freeman.
All British guys look the same anyway. I mean, who the fuck are we kidding? For real here. Real talk.
Gloucestershire. It's lovely. This is Edgar Wright, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I assume he would take some of the action-y bits from this and sort of use it as practice for what he would do with Baby Driver, which has some really great action sequences.
Oh, that tweet. Spicy. Coming in fresh. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, on that.
Ooh.
Boom. I better retweet for all the people that follow me at 2 a.m.
Let me get my 20 bots that I pay $5 a month for.
That's why I've been silent for like the past 10 minutes, because I've been trying to compose that tweet.
Takes a lot of concentration.
I thought you got something in the mail in here reading here. You're like, fucking nice joke, Orc.
I appreciate it. I take this higher? Yes, I do. And no matter how high they go in the chain, everybody feels the same. We don't want you. You can go. But Kenneth is just right there. He's not coming all the way down. I love that bit. One of my favorite Simpsons episodes. One of the few The Simpsons go-to episodes that works, because I think most of them suck, which is an early one where they go to Australia after Bart rips them off and stuff, and like telling his neighbor about how he got ripped off by some American kid. He's like, "That's a bloody outrage, that is. Let's take this to a member of parliament." And then they just yell at the guy out in the backyard with the pigs. He's like, "Hey, Gus!" He's like, "Oh, that's terrible. I'm taking this all the way to the Prime Minister." And then they just go over a hill in the tube in the lake. And they're like, "Prime Minister, Andy!" And he's drinking a beer, and he's like, "What's the good word, mate?" Oh, so happy to see you go.
So you're one of these people that don't still watch The Simpsons, right?
The repeats that show up on Much Music. I don't watch. I'm not like, oh, the new episode is on. I haven't done that in like 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's not to say in the last few years they haven't still made some good episodes. But when a show is on for so long, I don't know. I'll be super sad when it goes off, because again, it's one of those constants in my life. But, I don't know. And I'm also of the opinion that I'm not sure what it is like now, but like I felt like The Simpsons got like really bad between like say 2003 and 2006 or 7. I thought those were really bad years, but then I thought it like kind of made a comeback and got better again. Because I don't know, it felt like in the early 2000s they were just constantly trying to get trendy guest stars on the show, and that was like the whole point of any episode. Because it used to be when there were guest stars on the show, they were never even important for the episode. They might even only have like one line. But now they were like building plots entirely around these guest stars, and I didn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of the most brilliant ones are like just like super brief and super random.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he reads George Harrison, stuff like that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about with the guest stars. Like it would be like Sarah Gilbert would show up and play like one of Bart's girlfriends or something for one episode, something stupid like that.
Well, even stuff like that, I could sort of handle. It's more the celebrities as themselves that was even worse. I have like there's like this episode from that era where like Bart goes to like a rap concert, becomes like sort of like and he gets the mic and he becomes sort of a rap sensation, and like there's a fictional rapper in there, but then of course 50 Cent is there too for no reason. And
God. Sucks. I don't remember that one.
Yeah, it's from that era. There's a lot of those. There's one with like Lady Gaga dominating Lisa's life. Yes, his plan.
Does he show Bart all of his bullet wounds?
No, but there's this part where I don't know, like he's in there's at least a decent joke, like where he's in the limo and I can't remember what he's doing. Like Bart's in a limo and he pulls up in another limo and he's like saying like how his rhymes are dope or whatever like that. Mm-hmm. And he's just like, he says something to like this woman next to him. He's like, I just like complicated that nice kid. Something about being nice to the case. Like, does that count towards my community service? He's like, no. She's like, no, it doesn't. He's like, okay, we'll go pick up trash, I guess, or something like that.
That's funny. Well, the weirdest cameo is Michael Jackson as himself as a fat old white guy. Lisa, it's your birthday.
The weirdest part about all that is that he doesn't do the singing part. That's not him singing Lisa's birthday. They got the real Michael Jackson, even though he's not credited, and as if it was a big surprise. And the singing parts were done by an impersonator. That's what's weird. That blows my mind. They had the real Michael Jackson, who was happy to be on the show. He was a huge fan of the show at the time. And they were just like, oh, okay, well, we'll credit it to somebody else. So I don't remember the credit. You can look it up. But the person but yeah, when he's singing, like there's two parts. Like there's Lisa, It's Your Birthday, and then the earlier part where he's singing song he sang for the mouse or whatever that he sings to Homer. That is not him singing. Michael Jackson appears in the episode, but it's an impersonator singing.
So it's like I really want to do The Simpsons, but I'm not going to sing.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
That is weird. He's a weird guy. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
Whatever the hell happened. It's
guy, yeah. But he did like the show, so. All right, so now we're at our ye old English little inn where he's staying. Oh, the Castle Suite. He's not hanging out.
He's always a straight man in these movies, isn't he? Well, I guess not in Shaun of the Dead, probably the least amount, but
yeah, I mean, this is obviously the most straight man he's ever been. Like, that's really the point they're driving home. He's like super by the book, overachiever. Mm-hmm. Cross all your I's, dot your T's.
Oh God, cranberry juice! What a poofter, am I right?
Yeah. What, you on your period? Remember that? That's from the scene in The Departed. When Leo DiCaprio goes into the bar, he orders the cranberry juice. It's like, what? You're on your period? So he beats the guy up.
The best part of that movie, the best line is when he's playing golf and he's like, "You only get married so people don't think you're gay." And then he says something else too. But he's driving balls at the driving range at the golf course. He's like, "I only got married so people wouldn't think I'm gay. I can't handle the bitch."
Is that what Jack Nicholson said?
Yeah.
Alec Baldwin.
No,
Oh,
yeah.
Alec Baldwin.
Baldwin, yeah.
Like, it's good to get married. It shows that someone can fucking stand you. Shows you're not like a fag, or says something like that, you know.
It's the best quote from the whole movie. I was laughing for like a minute straight. Yeah, someone could put up with you, and then it shows you're not a fag. Yeah.
Oh, underage drinking. What year? Every year.
It's that time of night, boys. I'm getting all the instant messages from everyone who's fucking wasted who I know. Hi.
Something to put on YouTube. Underage. Oh, Jay's on a bathroom break. Getting it out of the way early. Ah, and there's that thing, the greater good, which is a repeating motif in this movie. Cobblestone streets. You know, you're in the middle of nowhere where the streets are literally cobblestone.
All of Western Europe, lol.
Yeah. We have like one partial street like that downtown behind a place.
The northeast of America is filled with them, but man, once you head like out west, there's none at all.
Well, yeah, because west is less old, right?
Oh yeah, but I mean, they only do it any way that like resembles this, and like if they're just trying to reenact something or have a look.
But I mean, I live in Halifax, which was founded in 1749, so you know, fairly old by North American standards. But when you go out west, you don't get stuff that old for the most part.
When was Plymouth? I should know this.
Plymouth Rock? So like 1620?
Oh, okay. My shit's older than yours, dog. Noob.
I don't know. I didn't learn that stuff in school, but I assume Americans did, right? Pilgrims landing at Plymouth Rock.
Yeah.
We just learned the Malcolm X speech is all we learned.
But it actually wasn't Indians or Native Americans. It was actually Vikings who came over here first, but no one fucking knows that, and it's hilarious.
Yeah. They came, here. They came to Newfoundland in a place called L'Anse Meadows, and you can still see one of the original places where like all the homes are out of like the earth. They're all like grass and stuff.
Like with everything being PC, it's like, you know, you don't say Indian, you say Native American, and I understand that you want to respect them, but they weren't the first. It was fucking Vikings from like Sweden and shit.
Obviously, the indigenous were the first lived there to begin with. Unless you want to go back thousands and thousands of years ago, when you would say the first North American, whatever, indigenous or Indians, whatever, that would have been like, what, 20,000 years ago that they crossed a land bridge that would join Russia to Alaska across the Bering Sea. But that's going back pretty far. That's before civilization. But yeah.
I'm into the Incas and the Aztecs and the Mayans. That's what I'm into.
Shut up.
Sacrifices,
yeah,
baby.
I got into that in the last few years. Yeah. I mean, whenever we talk about, you know, obviously the very comfortable topic of, you know, European conquest and expansion in the New World and, you know, all the awful things they did to the indigenous people, nobody did better, by which I mean worse, than the Spanish. Like, what the English and French did in North America was obviously pretty bad, but what the Spanish did in, like, Mexico and South America is fucking horrific. They obliterated civilization.
I just love how they had nothing. I just love how they had nothing in South America and they just showed up with swords and shit and just fucking destroyed everything. That's hilarious.
And pillaged, yeah.
Like, they were turned other tribes against each other too. They used them as fodder. They'd be like, "Oh, this tribe, you don't like that tribe? Fight in our army." By which we mean you'll be our fodder, so we can go in, because they were all, of course, obsessed with gold, like Cortez and stuff. But yeah, now you want to talk about like genocide and awful things. Obviously, there's quite a bit, but the Spanish might be at the very top for that, for what they did in South America and Mexico. They just obliterated entire cultures, civilizations. Those Aztec cities, I can't remember what it's called because they have those really long names. It was like one of the most advanced cities in the world at the time. It had like cool bridge systems. It was out on a lake and everything. So cool. They destroyed it. Of course, they brought big dogs and horses. South American people had never seen horses before. They were terrified of horses, you know. it's true. Imagine you've never seen a horse in your life, and now suddenly somebody wearing armor and holding a sword is charging down upon you on it. Crazy.
Someone was playing a violin. Country music starts up. Garth Brooks. I'd be terrified too. That would kill whole civilizations in itself.
But I don't really think that was the Spanish though.
Mass suicides.
But before that happened, like the Mayas, the Incas, and the Aztecs, like all the sacrifices they did were nuts. Just kill like little kids and rip your fucking heart out, Indiana Jones Temple of Doom style, just so their crops would maybe grow a little bit better. It's like, holy shit. That was the coolest thing to learn about.
Yeah, the Thuggee in India were real, but they didn't rip people's hearts out. They did a lot of human sacrifices though. Actually, ever since it's hard, you can't document all of human history, but in the Guinness Book of World Records, credited with the most like personally done, like with your own hands murders, was a Thuggee cult guy who was supposedly like strangled over like 900 people for sacrifices in the 19th century. This guy is in so many movies. He's so weird. He's especially weird in the whole movie's weird. He's in Moulin Rouge. It's like the I don't know what you want to call it, ringmaster or guy that owns the place or whatever.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi?
Come on, that's not too hard. It's voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir. You're hopeless.
I'm a genie in a bottle. We got a soda that way.
Oh,
if you
I think they always have cake too. Like at first, I think it's somebody's birthday, but they just always have cake.
There's the worst dog breed in the whole entire world, right there.
What is it?
German Shepherd.
What's wrong with German Shepherds? I like them a lot.
I dislike them strongly. I think they're way worse and more violent than pit bulls, in my opinion. They bite the most people.
I guess.
I've been bitten
regardless
by,
of owner.
by five German Shepherds.
I try not to judge entire things by that. I mean, a breed by that.
Yeah, I got mauled by a German Shepherd when I was like 7.
Yeah, I ask anybody, their German Shepherd has bit like an actual human, like 99% of the time. But it's funny, you look at German breeds like Boxers, Dobermans, and Rottweilers, they're supposed to be like the mean-looking ones. German Shepherds, man, I fucking hate that breed. I would have 3 pit bulls over 1 German Shepherd any day of the week.
Yeah. My family had 2 German Shepherds before I was born. And it is true, the second one they gave away because she hated men so much. She like terrified people. She was my dad was like the only man she liked. Like she was okay around women, but she hated men. The male man was terrified of her. She was extremely protective of my mother and my sister, who was a baby at the time.
Me too, dog. Before it was.
I don't like to judge breeds.
Yeah, I don't.
I like to judge them like people, like individuals. I feel like it's a lot of how they're raised. And stuff.
Characteristics, sure, but still.
That's my favorite part in the first Halloween.
And German Shepherds are among the smartest dog breeds. Yeah. You can't deny that. Like they can do a lot of
Boxers
stuff.
are smarter, so are Rottweilers. There's other German dogs. When the ninth.
I don't know. I grew up watching The Littlest Hobo, so I'm pretty.
I had a Rottweiler named Kaiser Sose. That he was extremely mean.
Well, I guess that's a good name.
Yeah.
Yeah, my girlfriend has a very friendly golden lab, and a Rottweiler nearly killed him.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to get a Doberman, female Doberman, and name her Kurosawa.
Nice.
I've heard those are mean. I've never had one.
Maybe if I move to Japan, I'll get a dog there.
Get an Akita. Those are awesome.
They're pretty cool.
Those are really smart dogs, too.
They pop up on my Twitter feed quite often.
If it wasn't so hot here, I would get one.
Yeah, that's the other thing. My girlfriend who lives in Thailand, like her dog, like to be a golden lab there, like he's so hot all the time. She hoses him down on hot days, like because he gets so hot.
Wow. I would think you'd probably have to like shave him or something, keep his hair short.
Yeah. But she's always trying to do things to cool him down because, yeah, Bangkok is not really a great place to live if you're a golden Labrador. Have you ever been stabbed, Sergeant Fisher? Oh no, I like all these people. They're interesting. The Andes are just total cunts, as they would say. And him, the son, he's just an idiot who's obsessed with like movies. And more guns in the country. I guess it's like, who has the guns? It's like farmers.
Farmers' moms.
Yeah, farmers' moms. Yeah, everybody and their mom. Yeah, that's right. Farmers' moms. Plus, this movie also has Timothy Dalton, who's an actor I've always enjoyed, and the most underrated James Bond. You know, I had to work. You know, I had to work that in.
License to Ill, baby. Best record of all time.
I own that record.
Good
And
record.
Ill.
That's the best thing. I mean, I hate to say it, Apple Music and Spotify and Pandora and all these things, Google Music, all that shit, Amazon, is it's just like they have almost everything that any artist you want to listen to. There's only a few that are missing. Jay-Z because he owns Tidal and because he's a fucking money-grubbing bitch, and then Tool because they want like everyone to buy physical media even though it's not going to exist in like 5 years. But Tool and Jay-Z are like the only two that aren't on all those services. Other than that, everybody's on there.
I didn't know Tool was
Tool's not on Spotify or Pandora or Amazon or anything like that. And then if Jay-Z is on any of those, he's limited because he owns Tidal, and Tidal's like it's like $15 a month. It's like more than Netflix. It's stupid.
Did you guys hear that 2 of Beyonce's new albums, unreleased albums, were put out on Spotify? This is like a couple weeks ago.
That's funny.
Under a different name, of course.
Destiny's Abortion.
I mean, I wouldn't know. I hate that type of music. So, but,
I didn't even know she was still making music. I thought she just was like, okay, I've done enough. Now I'll just bask in being rich. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything against Beyonce, but yeah, she just does dance music, which I don't give a shit about.
I just hate how Beyonce and Jay-Z do business. I like them both as artists, though, especially Jay-Z. Guy's a fucking savage. The only person I like more than like the big 3 East Coast rappers I grew up with were Jay-Z, Nas, and DMX, easily. And then Eminem came along and just shit on everybody. What's up?
I'm just surprised about Nas. Again, you know, I don't know much. I don't know a lot about hip hop.
That's probably my favorite rap album was Nas.
Illmatic?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, my personally, like I would say it's the best rap album ever.
Ooh, wow. Yeah, there's so many good ones.
But yeah, Jay-Z I think is a little overrated, personally. I don't think he has the skill that other rappers do. He's a great businessman, of course, but so is Puffy, you know. What are you going to do?
Yeah, but Jay-Z can actually rap, so that's the difference right there.
I don't know that he really can, though. He just talks.
Sean Combs can't rap, or whatever he's calling himself now.
Puff. He can't rap, and he lived. The only reason why he made all of his money and why he isn't broke somewhere is because of Biggie Smalls. It's the only fucking reason.
Well, he married what's her name now, so it doesn't matter. Now he has her money too.
Yeah. No, he was gonna try and buy some of the North Carolina Panthers, which is a NFL team that's in obviously North Carolina, but he only has like 800 million, and they're like, "Sir, you have to have like at least $1 billion."
You're talking about Combs now, right?
Yeah. P Diddy Pop, Ben Stiller. We ain't going nowhere.
Too. Right, something like that.
What happened?
I said P Diddy Kong Racing 2. Nicholas Angel. Oh no, I like all those close-up things. They're just making fun of the intensity of action movies where they show him like fast close-ups of him like, I don't know, using a key or writing something down or closing a door. I think all that's funny. The Swans escaped. I love this. He doesn't believe he has piss taker. Peter Ian Staker. P.I. Staker? Come on, hangs up. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Staker. Like, can you describe the swan? Well, it's a swan.
P.I. Taker. Staker.
This movie also has Aaron A. Aronson, which is a Simpsons joke. Well, yeah, swans are nasty pieces of business. I wouldn't have to want to go catch a swan. I've
They
had a
are.
close-up experience with them when I was a kid. And they can be bastards. Oh, right. A different shop.
And all these movies, the way how Nick Frost acts and portrays his characters is just how I want to live my life. Like if I had like a few million, just eat ice cream, just like crash on your friend's couch, you know. Just like
Well, his character doesn't have a few million.
what?
His character's just a really laid-back, shitty cop.
No,
Oh,
no,
man, we
no.
gotta-
But I mean, if I did have that much money, I'd like want to be him in Shaun of the Dead, where he's like just playing games. He's like, "Have you checked the messages?" And he's like, "No, I don't know." Liz called. It's just like sitting there playing games.
Lurch. Oh, God, I forgot about Lurch. Michael Armstrong. His mom and his sister, yeah. Mom and his sister. Same person. Oh.
Oh yeah, baby.
That's right. We got some country incest.
There was some continuity issues on that ice cream cone, by the way.
Yeah. There was more and then less and then more and then.
I know because that's the best part of those, the chocolate tip.
I haven't had one in a
Just
million
the tip, Jay, or what?
Just the tip, man. If it was up to
Tip's
me,
all
that's all I would take.
Hey man, I'm ready to gain a few pounds this summer, man. As soon as it's May rolls around, I am in the ice cream aisle. Fuck that shit.
I eat ice cream in the winter. I don't give a fuck.
Well, yeah, I get huge fucking frozen drinks that are like this fucking big. I've sent them on the chat. This fucking big, but no, I just mean
like
like, good.
Yarp.
Yarp. Is that Timothy Dalton?
That's Timothy Dalton. Okay. Our villain. Well, one of our villains, really. Because that's the twist in this movie. There are multiple villains. But yeah, he's the richest man in town, running his empire from his supermarket. Shoplifter. Oh yeah, there's the other rich guy.
And that is an obnoxious tracksuit.
Yeah.
I love how Western Europeans, they always wear tracksuits. It's fucking hilarious. And then they try and be, especially in England and shit, they try and be really ghetto. And then someone from like Compton like goes over there on a subway and they're like, "You're fucking retarded." Like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
It is true that there is parts of London that are really ghetto, man. I mean,
no, they're not.
yeah, there are. There's gangs.
No, they're not. No.
I don't know. You seem to want to make a contest out of it or something, but it's not a contest.
I'm not.
Take a stroll through Compton and go through England.
I'm not saying anything about Compton, man.
I'm just saying Western European. They have
dangerous. Doesn't mean
okay, yeah. Canada's great maple syrup. Blah 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 blah. Anyways, Western Europe, dude. It doesn't even compare. Nowhere in Western Europe to fucking Chirac and Philly and fucking places in the South. Not even close. That's why I make the argument. People think it's actually it's close.
I mean, the difference is everyone has guns, but I mean, I don't really know. I mean,
that's a pretty big difference. I'd say shit.
But
AK-47s running around.
Person getting shot. Oh, there we go. Whoop! Right over the gate. All I'm saying is, it doesn't matter if you're in the most safe place in the world. You can still die. You're not going to say, "Oh, well, this makes me feel better to know that this is rare." Right. When I get shot, when somebody shoots me, this barely ever happens. Oh, I feel good to know that I'm one of the only people that gets killed here. Like it doesn't matter. Dead is dead. It doesn't matter where it happens.
It's hard to explain, Cole. I can't.
You just.
Would you rather? Like, would you rather be in Rio de Janeiro or Compton?
No, like you've heard of Aurora and Columbine, right? Aurora and Columbine. Heard of those? Is there anything like that in Nova Scotia? Anything?
I'm not talking about Nova Scotia or Canada. And again, why would that?
I'm just saying you can't really. You don't have an idea, is what I'm saying. It's like.
What are you talking about? There wasn't a school shooting near me, so I have no idea that a school shooting is a bad, scary thing. I think I kind of
Okay,
know.
that's Columbine. And what happened in Aurora?
What? I don't know what you're talking
What
about.
happened in Aurora? You're a
I don't
comic book fan?
I don't keep track
Comic
of every
books.
single fucking shooting, and especially not the U.S. because there's too many.
Comic
goddamn-
books. Come on, The Dark Knight.
Oh, the theater and yeah. So
Yeah, those are like 15 minutes away from each other. Now look up Englewood, Colorado,
yeah, I get it. There's been some shootings in Colorado.
which is where the Crips was formed, the street gang. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's what. Oh man, that wasn't gang related though.
I
That
know,
just means
but I'm just saying it's a fucking terrible area.
Yeah, there's gang violence and just random crazy violence. I get it.
Like, it's hard to explain to some dude like if I'm in the middle of like Sioux Falls, like Iowa, or like Des Moines, Iowa.
And London is one of the biggest cities in the world, so yeah, it does have quite a bit of crime.
Yeah, I know, but it's like such a retarded response when people try and argue with me because they're like, "Wow, man, I'll tell you, man, fucking Egypt, man, it's just so violent over there." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, it's kind of close to the where all the terrorist shit is, but it's not. I don't know. It's
I wouldn't go to like fucking Cairo, car bomb.
No, I wouldn't either. Fuck that shit.
Like bombs every single day.
Or they're like, "Oh man, Macau is a violent city." It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, no, I'm just known for the gambling stuff. I assume when you have gambling, you have crime, but I don't know.
One guy who's doing an esports event, and since we're on the topic, I guess like the cool thing to do with like really serious gangs is like they take you to an ATM and they make you get all the money out, and if they don't, they just kill you. They see like what your balance is and they just empty it. I never knew that was a thing till some guy got robbed in China. It was either in Shanghai or in Beijing. I forgot which.
Yeah, and that happens pretty much all over the world. Yeah, I've heard about things like that. People getting held up at ATMs, especially obviously late at night, because a lot of those ones.
Like 7 years, I didn't even know that was a thing. I thought they just like took all your whole wallet and stuff. But
Yeah, no, they make you empty it out.
And this guy's a douche.
I know, he's such a douche and a horrible, horrible actor. He's got the sweater. He's got the sweater around his shoulders.
dude, in the summer, I see so many people like that with the sweater, and I just want to I just want to kill myself. I know you don't want me to say that, Jay, but like in the summer, it's bad. I don't know what like vacation like tourism is like in Nova Scotia and Mississippi, but dude, where I'm at in Maine, oh my God, this guy right here with the sweater and like the fucking like the nice boat shoes and shit all over the place. Oh my God.
Well, you live in like a vacation destination, so yeah, I bet you see a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they come from all over the place, like Alaska.
Cape Breton's a big tourist destination.
Is it?
Yeah, so you probably see a lot too, but it's not.
It's one of the most best islands in the world to visit.
It's not because they're wealthy. It's just because like they're those people. Like I'll pass by them on the street and I'll be like, "Hey, how's it going?" Or I'll just say like hi and wave to them, and like they just like you're not even there. It's like it's not even relatable to like someone in like school. It's like worse. I'm just like, "Hey, look, I'm over here. Hi."
What's the name of that actor? Who is not Jeffrey Tambor, but looks and sounds a lot like Jeffrey Tambor. Jay?
Stephen Tobolowsky?
No, older, I think. He's a pretty big actor. Can't think of his name. He was in movies a lot. I don't think he's pretty much retired now. I cannot fucking think of his name. But he reminds me a lot of Jeffrey Tambor, but he's not him. But he looks and sounds a lot like him. Oh my God, I cannot think for the life of me.
I'm not sure.
I can't think of his name to look up, which is annoying. But anyway, he and his wife live in Cape Breton, like really rural Cape Breton too, like really far from where I would live, like where I'm from. Like they live there like 7 months out of the year. Like basically as many years as long as they're allowed to be there legally without being citizens.
Yo, where's Crosby's house? Is that Cape Breton or is that off like Halifax in some like rich part?
It's
He's like where he brought the cup. Sorry.
It's not too far from Halifax. Halifax and Dartmouth are like twin cities, with the harbor in between them. And on the Dartmouth side, there's like lakes, and then there's like, if you're fairly wealthy, you can have like a house on the lake. It's one of those. It's not
okay, yeah.
a huge house. But it's a pretty big house. I don't know which one.
It's just a nice house to have out of one of his 10 houses that he has.
Yeah, I was
Because even though the NHL gets underpaid, 10 million a year is still a fuck ton of money.
Wait, what did?
love me, say.
Look at their faces.
It's a reference to the '96 movie.
I thought so. That's what I was going to ask. If Boz Lerman something?
Yeah, because that song was on the soundtrack.
Okay.
I think I've admitted this before, so might as well again. Even though I'm like super influenced by music, and it puts me in various moods and stuff like that, I will say no song in history has ever like turned me on by listening except that song. I think I just have some weird messed up memories in my head, my junior high head, and it reminded me of a girl that I liked and stuff like that. And like, yeah, so I don't listen to that song because it makes me feel like aroused, which is really embarrassing.
Were you getting the tip in when you were listening to the song, or what?
Not way back then. I wasn't getting anything.
Say that you love me.
I was like grade 8 when that song came out.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
That's a good song.
Yeah, I like that band, but you would hate them for what they did to Iron Man. Did you hear their cover of Iron Man? You probably don't want to hear it.
No, I wouldn't mind it, dude. I mean, like, Children of Bodom covered Oops, I Did It Again. It's fucking hilarious. They just have double pedal.
Yeah, Turnabout is fair play. People can do that sort of stuff. Speaking of Oops, I Did It Again, did you see the guy I sent you, Jay?
Yeah.
He's written like everything of like the past 15 years.
Yeah.
All like these hits that people listen to, like they're all by.
You're right. Like all the people we were talking about, like were on the list.
Yeah, they all have hits written by this random guy from Sweden who must be like a trillionaire.
Hey, mate, it's the final countdown.
That's Sweden's greatest musical export. the final countdown.
Those Geico commercials are fucking hilarious. The microwave. It's the final countdown.
I'm surprised I don't get that, considering I get a fuck ton of Geico commercials.
You didn't get the what's the name of the band that did that? Not Anthem. What are they called?
Europe did the
Europe. Thank you.
Oh, I believe you. I'm just saying, no, we didn't get that particular commercial, which seems odd because we get tons of stupid Geico commercials. So I don't know why we didn't get that one.
Maurice Wembley said, "Keep it to yourself" when Jay tweeted.
It was like, you said drive safe. That's the last to see of them. Oh, they get decapitated. It's awesome. I love moods that cut people. Black.
Decaffeinated.
And then they say, yeah, oh, it's us. I'm sure that you could get decapitated in a car crash, but I think it would take some pretty special circumstances for it to happen.
I've heard of people like driving under a semi truck, like an 18-wheeler type thing.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's awful.
I've seen a lot of accidents in my life due to various family members and what they do, but yeah, the worst is something like pasta or pizza, and you get into an accident and then you're fucking dead. Ooh, not pretty.
What?
Pasta or pizza, and you get into it.
You look like pizza?
No, blood. Pasta, pizza, the sauce, getting everywhere with bloodshed. Yeah,
okay.
it's pretty bad.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't really make the connection either.
Yeah. Just eating some chicken parm.
I've rubber.
Eating some ziti and then your fucking arm flies off, your hands fucking.
'Tis a flesh wound, past the Parmesan.
One of the worst ones I ever saw was there was a Dodge dealership that was like had a sale on Vipers and stuff of like the past year's model, and some guy was trying to impress this girl but didn't know how to drive a car with a lot of horsepower, and they went probably I don't know, maybe half a mile and just went into a fence and had to get airlifted, like right
Mm.
underneath the fence.
Yikes.
Have you guys ever seen someone die?
Yeah,
Is that too morbid to talk about on here?
no, I have a few times.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
It's not a weird question, is it?
No.
No, that's just part of
Okay.
life, man. I think if anyone finds that question weird, they're like too fucked up mentally, or they're like hiding something. I don't know. Unless you're in like a therapy session and it's like, so how many people did you kill? I'm like, I don't know. I just kind of just, it's not my thing. Yeah, you want to go to Subway after? I'll pay for it.
Spring for those extra meatballs.
Dude, and since we're all, talking about killing all this stuff, dude, it's amazing watching like all the stuff about Dahmer, and I know you guys are like, especially Cole is amazed how like one of his gay lovers like got away and the cops didn't believe him and stuff. Like,
it is pretty amazing.
Cole, have you seen the Jeffrey Dahmer files? I think is what it's called.
No, not that one.
If I think you have Shutter still, but it's on there and it's really really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna cancel Shutter on the 24th.
Try and watch it before you cancel.
They basically interview a bunch of people that he knew and like
I knew that.
lived near him. It's I think I learned more than I ever knew watching that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I already feel like I know a lot, but I'll check it out.
So
I like that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, what is it with Wisconsin and serial killers? They've got like 3 major ones, don't they?
Yep, they're the kings. Cheese and serial killers all day.
Yeah, you wonder why.
Cheese, beer, and serial killers, Wisconsin. And as Alice Cooper said, Milwaukee.
Really?
The only thing I really know about Wisconsin is like that's where that 70s show takes place. And it has like one of my favorite lines like from an early season where like this is like maybe scammed by this group that's saying they're a modeling agency and they're going to make her a big model. And Donna's trying to tell her that they're scamming her, but she, of course, won't believe it. So the only way she can convince her is by like then flipping and saying, I've been thinking about becoming a model. And they're like, yeah, you should. And then, of course, Mila Kunis is just like, what? But before all that, when she's saying like about how like she met this agent and stuff like that and how she's going to be this big time model, she's like, I just have to go down to their agency, their worldwide headquarters. It's in Sheboygan. That was funny. To see mine.
That's right. She was on that show, wasn't she? Before
That's
she was in every fucking rum commercial.
I think like most.
Yeah.
They had to drop her that rum. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
So she was like a spokesperson for, what was it, Jim Beam or something?
Yeah, Jim Beam.
They had to drop her because so many people complained because they are upset about her stance on abortion. Because she has publicly like given like donations to Planned Parenthood. So like all these Jim Beam drinkers were like, you have to drop her because she likes abortion. So
this is the shit. I don't care if you're just internet famous or if you have a balling job IRL or something, but like these little fucking cucks who they're like, I'm not gonna buy Intel processors anymore because this guy said he hates fucking little kids or something. It's so stupid, man. They're like, oh no, we might lose sales. Holy shit. That's one of the most annoying things in like society.
That's what gets people's attention is losing sales, though.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
But it like if you get, maybe 10 people with alt accounts, if that's all you need, and then like a gamer isn't sponsored or a guy's been playing hockey or a musician can't go to this venue or something, it's fucking stupid.
We got red or white.
Reaction. Yeah, we got red and we got white. Yeah,
I can't believe that.
I don't even know what that means, but the way he says it is funny. Nick Frost is just one of those people that doesn't even really have to like make an effort to be funny. He's just sort of funny. There's some actors that have that. Like it's like he's not being witty or telling a good joke or making a good point. He just has that sort of delivery.
Mm-hmm.
To a certain extent, Chris Farley kind of had it too with his physical comedy and stuff.
Yeah, it's a natural talent.
You know, I was reading an article about John Belushi the other day, and something that I never kind of knew. It was kind of funny. It was one of his peers talking about him. I can't remember who it was. It wasn't Lorne Michaels, but somebody like that. It might have been somebody that worked with him early on. And he said, obviously a million tragic reasons why we don't have John Belushi anymore, because he was such a talent and stuff like that. But what he doesn't even say what you didn't know. But what I didn't know is the way he described it. He said, like, he was a way better actor, he said, than say like Bill Murray. He's like, Bill Murray is Bill Murray in his movies, whereas like John Belushi really could play separate, different characters. And I don't know if that's really fair to Bill Murray, but at the same time, I was thinking, yeah, you do see how different the characters are just in the few movies he did. Like, he wasn't just like, oh, there's John Belushi being John Belushi. He's not just being John Belushi in 1941. He's not just being John Belushi when he's being, Jake Blues or whatever. So there's many reasons why it sucks that he's not around, but it was true that, like, for somebody from that kind of background, he did kind of have more acting ability than maybe he gets credit for.
Toga party.
Yeah, Toga.
that Robin Williams documentary talks about how they like hung out the night that he died.
Was that Come Inside My Mind?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I watched and finished it. So yeah, that had a really
it did talk about that, right? I think that's the name of it.
That's the newest one.
Yeah.
That's all I know, so I figure it's that one. Jesus Christ.
It was crazy, man. He was on like a multiple day bender because, like, I think that was still when Robin Williams was, hitting the coke pretty hard. Mm-hmm. And like, he was already like screwed up when he got there, and they partied for a while, and then he left.
They also said in the article there was kind of a wake-up call for a lot of people in general about drugs, because as crazy as it sounds, a lot of people were doing like cocaine and heroin and didn't even think it was a big deal. It wasn't until like John Belushi died, they were like, oh yeah, this is kind of a serious drug that can really fuck you up. Like a lot of people didn't even think it was like a heavy hardcore drug. They're like, yeah, do some heroin,
My idols inspire me. I still have to do cocaine. I haven't tried that one out yet. Gonna give a bump.
Jay and I were talking the other day about we want to do ecstasy and Molly.
Yeah, that's all. The only thing I would never touch, like, is heroin and meth and crack. I guess so. 3 things.
I can't imagine doing anything that you would like shoot you up. Like, can you imagine?
Yeah, that's.
I'm gonna shoot.
Well, I could imagine being. I could imagine being that addicted, but as a way of taking
starting
the drug,
like somebody that. Like. I can imagine once you get addicted, you're addicted. But I mean, just the first time, it's like, here, you want to try this? Okay, find a vein and inject it. Like, yeah, that sounds glamorous and fun.
It is. I would think definitely something you have to work your way up to. I would. Maybe you start off like smoking it or snorting it or something, and then.
And there's your change.
There's no such thing as a gateway drug. There's like gateway friends. You just find like Mickey. He's like missing school every day. Like, Mickey, what's going on, dude? You go over to his house. His mom's like passed out on the floor.
I agree with that. I think gateway drug is a stupid term.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably depends on the individual, the type of personality they have. You like the way it feels, so you want to move on to something harder. But I mean, yeah, it is really, people always say that with pot, and it's kind of stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
part of that whole war on drug language that's still around from the 80s.
It's just interesting. Like, just remember where you grew up and where you went to high school. It's like. You go to like the wealthier kid's house and everything's like spotless and like nice and shit. And then you go to like someone who's a little bit like more in trouble and shit. And like, you're like, holy shit, I didn't even know people could live like this. This is terrible. I feel bad. They're like beating the shit out of their beagle and shit. And you're like, what are you doing? Stop. Shiloh doesn't deserve this.
Lily. Okay, that's his plant. It's a peace lily. That was like a ficus.
Were those Grolsch beers that guy was drinking earlier?
I didn't get a good look.
I haven't seen Grolsch in years.
He's gonna. What does he watch? What do they watch? They watch Bad Boys 2 and Point Break. He's like, yeah.
It sounds like a dare Rambo Raf would get.
Not really. I mean, those are at least fairly decent movies. I'd even say Point Break's a good movie. Rambo Raff, it's more like, I don't know. I can't even. I'm not aware enough of those movies to give you decent titles, but you know what I mean. They'd be D-list. It's like, watch these 3, Steven Seagal movies from 2016.
That's not a dare I would want to do.
Jay basically saved my life because I was actually I
Power of
almost had
Grayskull.
push. Oh, there they are.
Yeah.
I'd almost had it been pushed to my limits, and then I remember the video of Steven Seagal where he's just taking people by the wrist and flipping them over in Russia. That hilarious fucking video with the gym mats where he's like teaching them Aikido. And then Jay's like, they do have Southern Justice or Lawman on Hulu.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, yes, my life is saved. Thank you, Jay.
Did you watch it?
You can't shoot Sways. You can't shoot the Sways.
Of course, the only first 4 episodes is what I'm on, but
that show.
I was talking about that earlier. It's like Sways is trying to get away, and he has the gun, but he can't shoot him because he loves him so much. It's like, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't have loved the Sways in 1991? He was a golden god, to use a term from the movie that Jay and I did the other night. Who was more a golden god than 1991 Patrick Swayze?
Rest in peace.
Rest in pepperoni.
Oh! Take that, McMansion.
That movie puts me to sleep, too.
This is like the only movie that has, what's his name? Martin Lawrence in it that I like.
I like the first one.
I don't mean that. I mean this movie. I mean, this is Martin Lawrence's only good appearance. His appearance in Bad Boys 2 in...
Coming out of left field with the glove, Cole.
Black Knight. Also.
Everybody's just so...
Let's do commentary for Black Knight after this.
Everybody's so unconcerned. Oh, Black Knight. My parents watched that for some of my parents will find the most ridiculous things.
No. One I watched a bunch was a Blue Streak.
I like Blue Streak.
I got the pizza. The pizza.
Blue Streak, Black Knight, National Security. We'll marathon those. Yeah.
I forgot about National Security.
Big Mama's House 2.
Those are not good.
Dr. Doolittle. I knew those sucked dick when I was 8 years old.
He's playing Fire. That's an awesome song. The Gift of Hellfire, or whatever it goes. You should look up that video. It's badass for something from like the mid 70s. Can't remember the name of the guy. It's just called Fire, but I'll have to find out who the guy is. It's just this cool, like, it's kind of, it's a lot like The Doors, but it's not The Doors, obviously. It's some guy. But that's the song he's playing in there. But yeah, there is like sort of, even though it's before music videos existed, there is sort of like a weird, trippy music video for it. I need to find out. Man, there's like 10 zillion things called Fire, so it's going to take a while.
Yeah, it sounds like a generic title.
Music. I'll know it when I see his name, though.
Title track from my new LP, Asperger's. Oh.
There was a band called Firehouse, like an 80s hair band that I was really into in the like 80s, early 90s.
You know what the best band was in the 90s, early 2000s?
Man, it's 1968. It's Arthur Brown. Yeah, Fire. Arthur Brown.
Sorry, go ahead, Jay, and then I'll finish my thought.
So Firehouse, I was like really into it, right? And I was at this CD store one time, or maybe it was a compact disc, whatever it was. And I got the new Firehouse. I thought it was actually Fire Hose. Like instead of the U in there, it was like, oh man, the worst shit ever. I told my brother, I was like, I got the new Firehouse.
The best band when their song came up, when like digital cable first came out, like MTV2, was like Nashville Pussy. That thing.
I mean, this song is 1968. Like, we think of like Kiss, and we think of even before that Alice Cooper. Even before Alice Cooper, this guy during live performances would wear a helmet that he would set on fire. The helmet was improvised with a leather skull cap and it was bolted metal dish that held lighter fluid or petrol. The heat would actually like really like hurt him.
And he had a few kids, and then they formed Rammstein and Buckethead. There you go.
Apparently. But yeah, it's a cool song. 1968. Wow, I thought it was early 70s. So it's cool. It's just really cool, like psychedelic.
That's a year before Zeppelin's first album. Damn.
As Jenna said, 68 was quite a year.
Du hast mich.
Yeah, you gotta love bands that like perform sex acts on stage during their live show.
And then they light their fans on fire by accident.
At least it's by accident.
Well, you don't like Gigi Allen? Bite it, you scum.
It sucks, man. It has such a following. Like,
I mean, honestly, you know who had a huge following when we were growing up? Manson, dude. He has like 3 good songs. Honestly, he was playing live at a festival, and like Slayer was after him, and like I don't know, Lamb of God was before him or something. I was falling asleep during his set. I was like, this fucking blows. I was like,
what year?
Yeah, Manson was really big when I was growing up too. Yeah, a lot of my friends, a lot of friends are in Manson. You're kind of right though. Like he only has a few really good songs, and one of them's like a fucking cover.
Like, and people,
one of them's not even his song.
I think it was Rockstar Mayhem Festival 09 or 10 or something, but like but there was like Korn and like some other band that was like before and after him that were really big too, and his fucking set just sucked ass. I love people, they like how eerie some music sounds, but they get like so engulfed in the lyrics, or if music doesn't have lyrics, they're just like, fuck this. That's what Manson is to me. He fucking blows, dude. It's terrible.
I like him as a person though.
I
think he's a pretty sharp guy.
He put out a good album in like 94 and another one in like 95 or 96 that I like a lot. Like Antichrist Superstar, I think it's a good album.
Yeah, that was the big one.
Yeah, it's great.
The one before that, something about whatever it's called. I know Cake
Do
Inside.
You love your guns. Yeah, guns.
Yeah,
what was the one around like 2001?
Yep.
Where Sudan, where he had like breasts. People were like, oh, you fucked it up.
Oh, weird.
Dope show. Yeah.
Dope show.
Anything after like early 2000s that he dropped has been shit.
Oh, I would agree with that. I wasn't even aware of him after that. I only knew him from
But
I
just never got
a lot
like
of people, just a decline.
I never just got like the Hot Topic, like Spencer, emo type thing. Like I really liked Mudvayne, Slipknot, and Metallica back in the day, and Slayer, like all those bands, Megadeth. But like I never got the whole like, paint your nails black and put on makeup and look like a fucking faggot. Sorry.
Mudvayne's pretty close to that, man. Mudvayne was all about
Mudvayne
like,
is not close at all.
Yes, it was. No. Every one of their songs is like "kill yourself."
Well, they put on masks and stuff too, don't they?
And they can actually play instruments. Their bass is one of the greatest.
They can play instruments. I'm just saying their content is like all like super depressing, like just super depressing stuff.
That was
you want to pretend that like emo kids weren't into it? They were. I'm not saying
they
were the only.
They were into gorillas too. I saw a guy at a restaurant today, and he had a gorilla shirt on. I was like, awesome, Clint Eastwood.
Gorillaz is back, and people were losing their minds. I thought that. Yeah, my good friend Shane, roommate, he loved Gorillaz when they came out, and I was like, this is bullshit. It's just the guy from Blur fucking around because he can. I can't stand that stuff.
I didn't ever care for it either.
At the same time, there was like this weird, technically Canadian band that was really big too. They were fake. They were 2 guys from another band, but they were fake because they created like, an animated band, and they had all these singles and hits that I can't remember what they're called, but
I'm not gonna lie, though, a lot of the new metals, it's hilarious now to listen to, but like Linkin Park and Limp Bizkit, I can still listen to this day. I still put on some of the first 2 albums from Linkin Park and Limp Bizkit are fucking hilarious. Well, 3 from Limp Bizkit, but like
I think Linkin Park are fine. I don't have a problem with them.
Significant Other and hot dog flavored chocolate water.
Yeah, and Starfish. Yeah.
And then a Hybrid Theory and Meteora.
Eddie Limp Bizkit because of Fred Durst. Yeah. Some of their music sounds fine, but then Fred Durst starts whining and screaming over it and ruins everything.
Yeah, Cole did it all for the maple. Come on, the maple. Come on. Yeah. So you could take that leaf.
$3 bill, y'all was solid.
Gotta have faith.
Counterfeit is kind of a neat song, but again, I wish it was anybody in the world. Anybody in the world except Fred Durst. I think he's the worst frontman of all time, period.
Jay,
ever.
well, I guess it would be nice if I could touch your body.
Yeah. What a great cover. Instead of singing Faith, he goes, Faith! Like, wow, that's really creative.
I like it at the end. Yeah.
Shut the fuck up!
Like the shittiest scratching in the world.
Yep. And that video is just like Fred Durst laughing at the world going, look at all the money and pussy I have. Ha, you think I suck, but look what I got. I'm sure I showed this to you before. Like, he does the work, like, there's like there's a clip on YouTube of him like in the mid 2000s playing guitar, and it's like the worst guitar solo you'll ever hear ever. Like, I don't play guitar and I could do a better solo. It's just him just going like, there are no notes, there is no melody, there's no music, it's just a bunch of, and it's not like, you know, like a distortion thing either, which, okay, sure, you're going to use distortion. No, it's just literally him like dying on the guitar.
It's been a while
since I could smoke a bunch.
There's the
of
most
crack.
depressed guy of all time. The guy from Stained. Like, he just looked like he wanted to
Here's
blow
my
his head
impression. I
off.
tried to breathe. Memories overtaking me.
What's hilarious is, like, they were one of those things that was a blur from that period of my life, completely disappeared. And then, like, 2 years ago, I was watching a UFC card. And before, like, I don't know, Chad Mendez or somebody came out, suddenly there he was with an acoustic guitar going, while Chad Mendez did his walkout. I was like, what the fuck is this? I forgot all about this guy, and he's back, and he looks exactly the same.
The two best bands
with lazy, sleepy, half-slit eyes. Like, his eyes were always, like, half open.
There are only two bands from that era, early 2000s, late 90s, that you can just sing them, and everyone knows who they are, and everyone will laugh their ass off. You don't even have to be high. Stained and Creed. Can you take me higher?
I can't laugh about Creed because I had like a close friend who like loved them, and I was always listening to them in the car because of him. Now there's worse stuff than Creed, but they're just, to me, they're just bland. Like,
I think they're a good band. It's just hilarious imitating Scott Stapp.
I think Scott Stapp is a fucking tool. I like their very first album because it just sounds like a Pearl Jam ripoff that I like, but then I don't like their other albums. But Scott Stapp's a fucking tool.
Sure.
What's hilarious is, like, I actually saw on live TV some shitty, I have no idea why, it was like TBS or something, where like they were doing this thing where like they were showing movies, but they had like a live thing, I don't know, with some hot chick, and they were in some sort of casino playing stuff, and Scott Stapp was there for no reason, and he's just getting more and more loaded every time they come back after the movie. I actually saw that as it happened, which is pretty funny. Like, I think it was TBS at the time. It's like, yeah, we're doing some sort of gambling thing. Here's a hot blonde hosting it. And look, here's rock star Scott Stapp, who she towers over, by the way, because he's like 5'6" or something. But he just kept getting more and more drunk, and he was like, I don't know.
Gotta quote Beverly Hills Cop. How many tall, beautiful blondes could there be in Beverly Hills?
Yeah, 6 foot blondes, yeah. More cake.
And those fake breasts on that lady are really creepy.
Ghastly. It looks like fucking Leatherface or something.
So you can title this New Metal and Hot Fuzz.
Yeah. Well, it's true. We don't talk about new metal nearly enough, so it's good that we're getting this out here.
I brought up Stained because basically Fred Durst was Korn's tattoo artist when they went to Jacksonville. So that's how he got his start. And then he gave, like, the dude from Stained was like their roadie or some shit. It was like Limp Bizkit's roadie.
Yeah.
That's how
Lewis.
he came out.
Next thing you know, that's the whole Family Values tour.
Yeah, that lasted like 5 or 6 years.
Wasn't it weird that like the Family Values tour was like all that like stuff, and then like for no reason like there'd be like the Crystal Method too?
Yeah, and then
like,
Primus, and then like no, they had Redman and Method Man.
Yeah, Redman and Method Man.
That was 99.
Holy fuck, they did. Redman and Method Man did like a song with Limp Bizkit, for God's sake.
Yeah. It's a good
Yeah,
song.
I
It's
have
a
no
remix
idea.
of
Were
Rollin'.
Redman and Method Man like respected rappers? Like I don't know. Like where were they on the food chain, hip hop
They
wise?
were definitely respected. It was a remix of Rollin'. And bathroom I held. No, he's like, and bathroom I dealt only with the high school sluts.
You know, Method Man's one of the original members of Wu-Tang.
Wu Tang, yeah.
And that's
legit, yeah.
Redman. I'm not
Even
really
I
sure
know that.
where he came from, but
The Conspiracy. George
we both have
Merton,
man in our name, so obviously we have to do a duo.
Yeah, everyone was a man back then. Now they're a little. I like you get a percentage. I don't know. We'll go with like 10. That's respectable. But my new rap name, I'm dropping it here on the Sausage Factory Sideshow, Multi-Tripod Factory Dimension Part 5. My rapper name is Lil McGriddle. And that's so I'm gonna drop my first rap.
Oh, that's a good blood.
Wait for it.
I love how they say that she fell on them after this chase. Oh yeah,
I'll be
wish I
dropping my
owned a
track on
nightstick.
SoundCloud.
You know, I'd love to have a nightstick. I'd feel safe walking the streets with one of those. Just kneecap somebody with it. Come on, he's in like a hood and stuff. You can outrun him.
Cole, what would your rapper name be?
I'm doing it right now. Hold on.
It'll take some work.
Wasn't yours when you did the name generator, which is wasn't yours like Lil McBullwiggle Twisty McFivo or something?
This one's stupid. Let me find another one.
Name Little Uzi was on my Twitter feed for some reason today. Made me want to shoot myself.
New paddock on my
I thought Uzi, bang, gun, kill self. Yes.
No, his name's Little Uzi, right, Cole? It's because he can rap fast. Little Uzi.
I'm really impressed. How the hell did they get through that? You're saying this wasn't an accident.
Mike drop Cole Casino.
Oh shit, that's epic. Patting that quick. TM.
Mike drop cold casino?
Yeah.
What's a cold casino?
Cole.
Oh, cold casino, dude.
Like me or like the coal in the earth?
Yeah. Cole, you're so white. You're like, what is this conspiracy?
I've never denied being white. I am. And according to Ancestry.com, I'm super white, so yeah.
I am too.
99.999% super white.
What is dank? Dank is
so yeah, what? So if any like white supremacist like groups want to recruit me.
Jay can just go a few towns over.
You laugh.
Probably.
I laugh because it's true.
I'm going completely mad. Because they're all making jokes.
How about Vito Cole Beats? It's dope.
I wouldn't have Cole in the name though. That's too.
But that's what it's based on.
Oh no, I'll just have to make something up myself.
Insane Cole Ziploc.
Oh shit.
Let's call the goat.
Damn.
These are all good, man. Write it down. They're good.
How about Analog Tiger? That's good. Because I like analog.
It sounds like you're gay and you like tigers. That'll never sell albums, Cole. What are you talking about?
What, you think analog reminds you of like anal?
Yeah. Remember when you were 12, okay? Remember all the crazy shit. Remember when you had to actually search for entertainment. Oh,
yeah, I remember.
IRC,
it's not like now is any better. 12 was pretty darn good.
You had me at IRC, Cole. That's where you had me.
Yeah. That was not good times. Taylor's dead.
I'm telling you, I could spend the rest of my life
in her own shoes.
I need a new rap name. I'm gonna have a ghost name.
But do they still use MC? Maybe I put MC in there. MC. I don't know. Rapid.
This one just keeps putting your real name. Like, I mean, this is all it's based on.
MC Maple Strangler.
I mean, there's no such thing as a bad rap name, considering the actual awful ones that exist and are just completely accepted by society. I mean, they get dumber all the time, but it's like, oh, that's a great artist. Okay.
You know, we were talking about the SNL rap skit the other night.
Yeah.
I couldn't find the one we were talking about, but I sent one to org that I thought was really funny from like a couple years ago. And they had this, like, they kept introducing new rappers on the track. They were like, all right, here we go. And somebody else would come in. Like,
Yeah.
or some
Was
shit.
that like,
I saw that
Big
one.
John? Yeah.
The best is like, who is it? It's like, it's one of the guys, and he's like white, and he's got long dreadlocks and huge sunglasses on. I can't remember who he is, but he was my favorite of those, but I can't remember. Yeah, I remember they used to do the ones with Blizzard Man. Andy Samberg would be Blizzard Man, and he'd rap like this. He'd be like, I like rap, and I like to hang out when the ladies shake their business, and it's really fun, or something like that.
And I like to rappity rap the old school way.
Yeah, I love it. A rip, rap, a rip it a rap, a rip rap, rip it a do.
Yeah, I don't care what anyone says. Lonely Island dropped 3 really good albums that were hilarious as fuck to listen to. I'm on a boat. I just had sex. I jizzed in my pants. Oh my god, that's just hilarious.
Yeah, Lonely Island. They're good stuff.
Natalie's rap.
Yeah.
Getting head while I'm swerving. Suck my dick.
That Popstar movie was okay. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it was okay.
I mean, it does a good job of like making fun of the industry and stuff.
Yeah, it does. It's kind of an odd thing to take it to a full feature-length film, but yeah, you have to pad that stuff out a little bit. I mean, there's no way you can, you know.
His nickname was Sissy. That's hilarious. My teenage years studying ballet. Sissy Skinner, what a gay lord. I don't have a good voice for rap, which is okay. I don't mind. It's too bad though, because I can't like sing along to the rap songs that I like. There's not too many, but you know.
You got to get the soul, Cole.
No, not the soul. I don't have the good white guy rap voice either, like an Adam Yauch.
No, you don't want that shit. That's terrible.
I want
G shit.
I like how, like, I don't know, it's kind of funny. Like, Eminem's obviously a very good rapper, but his voice is super annoying. Like,
have you seen Chris D'Elia make fun of Eminem? It's fucking hilarious. Jay's seen it. He's like, I'm splurging and I'm urging and I'm curging to recruit. It's
like, all stuff like on that my name is just some shady record track or some shady LP.
Yeah.
Like it was all those rhymes off of that, but he's
like, do you guys remember like the first time you saw certain big stars? Because almost every time I saw them for the first time, I had no idea that they would go on to become. The first time I saw Eminem, I saw the video for My Name Is, and I just thought it was like a joke rapper. Like he was practically Weird Al of rap, is what I thought. Because it's just so slow, and it's like wow, 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 now, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow! Like, and in the next few years, he blows up as like the biggest rapper in the world. He's super respected and awesome. Like, I never would have guessed from. And I mean, I get it. I'm ignorant when it comes to rap too. But like I said, it reminded me of Lucas with the Lid Off, which I know you guys didn't know, but I told you about it, which is so hilarious. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounded like Lucas with the Lid Off. You sound like another joke. You sound like a novelty rap song.
Right. Yeah, I thought the same thing because that's obviously the first, single.
Like, told her I become a famous rapper. Make an album about doing drugs and name it after, hey mom, like, I don't know, that sounds like something I did in my basement. But I mean, my point is he did go on and did do really good rap, obviously, and I'm not a good authority on that. But just from that first song, like I never would have known. It's like when I heard Hit Me Baby One More Time. I was like, okay. The next thing I know, for the next like 7 years, Britney Spears is like, oh, she's like the next Madonna and stuff.
Like a lot of artists, like their first album is kind of meh and they're testing the water sometimes. But Eminem's second album is what like literally destroyed everything. That's where he talked about like ICP sucking his dick and like just killing everybody.
Is that the Marshall Mathers LP?
Yeah, that's that one. And that's the one where he talks about.
He got all hardcore on that. That's why.
It was great. He's like, I tried to smuggle a gun over in London, and last week I was seeing all these. Can't even say it. He was just basically saying like how he was watching a Schwarzenegger movie and people are getting shot with an Uzi, and I can't read the lyrics, but It's called "Kill You," I think is what the song name is.
Yeah, man. He put out the Kamikaze like 4 or 5 months ago, whatever, and everyone was freaking out because he called Tyler the Creator a fag, even though he beeped it out of his song. I was like, dude, did you not listen to the stuff on like his first like 5 albums? Like he said fag like every other word, man.
I know. Yeah,
Like,
I don't.
It shows you how different times are now. And Tyler the Creator is gay, isn't he? Like he's told everybody that he's gay. So
yeah, but it doesn't mean you should get called that. I don't know, man. Like I understand the use of certain language in certain songs. For instance, the song "Money for Nothing" has the term faggot in it, but I get how they're using it because he's playing it. He's not saying it himself. The whole point of "Money for Nothing" is it's from the viewpoint of like some blue collar person that hates rock stars. But it's a little, but I don't really hear Eminem doing it from a different viewpoint. It's always Eminem as Eminem.
I never knew that in that song.
Another great lyric.
Yeah, that's what "Money for Nothing" is. It's the whole point is he's upset. That's why he's saying like, look at all they get all this stuff, and I hate them for it. That's what "Money for Nothing" is about. It's about a blue collar guy that can't stand that like rock stars get all this money and fame, and that's they bleep it out on the radio. But one of the things where he says something like that little faggot, he blah blah blah. That little faggot, he's a millionaire. That's one of the lines. And it's supposed to be like the working man's contempt.
The first one. Eminem with the Marshall Mathers LP, the first one. One of the best lines he drops on one of his songs is, "Oh, want me to watch my mouth? How? Take my fucking eyeballs out and turn them around." And then he's like, "I'll fucking hit the hydrant so you can't burn your fucking house down." Or no, so you can't put your house out. Sorry. But yeah, I don't think I've heard
it's Michael
an album that good in a while.
Yeah, I was not really into rap when that album came out, but I really, really like that album.
Good sound effects here. It says "Blade zinging." So good to have the captions on for those little moments. Playtime's over.
Mate.
He does a good impersonation.
You want my...
Tell him. Everything okay? Yarp?
Okay.
Yeah. He's like, he's not going to get up again.
No.
He goes, Yarp? Which is some good improvisation. That's what I'd say. Like, no. Okay, then, good. The council, what you have to shit just got real. Don't you have handcuffs? Like, he doesn't cuff him. You're a cop. Don't you have handcuffs?
They're banned.
You just asked them nicely to proceed to the station.
What happened to your piece, Lily?
Sir, can you please go to the station?
Pardon, sir.
I'd like Pardon some me. More.
Oh, don't spill your tea.
Like
don't spill your tea, please.
Legitimately good runner.
That was a double.
Going over the fence, yeah.
I was saying doing the running. I don't know. I'm just.
Yeah, I like this stuff even when it's a comedy. I'm always into stuff like this. I love cults and people chanting and secret meetings in the night.
Why? Because you're a part of the Illuminati, Cole?
Boom.
Well, now you're gonna have to be killed and
exposed, Cole.
You're gonna have to wipe this channel.
Hova.
I just like the idea of like some small country town being run by like some secret group of nutcases.
Well, I'm still, I only watched the pilot, but that's what, and True Detective starts, later today because it's Sunday already, but that's why I like that show so much, because it's like Jay's backyard pretty much. It's like just Matthew McConaughey and
So you
Harrelson is going around.
liked the first episode. You
Yeah,
probably
I
liked
loved
the other.
it.
You probably like the other episodes too.
Yeah, I want to watch it, but Game of Thrones is coming up, and I think I'm just gonna power through that in March because it premieres in April. So, hold on.
I was gonna go back to Game of Thrones, but I can't do it. I can't. I'm too angry.
Yeah, you stopped at the Red Wedding or something, right? Why couldn't
Oh
you?
no, I stopped at the start of season 5. Once they ran out of book, I just couldn't do it anymore.
Oh,
I mean, and I get it. It's not their fault. It's George fucking R.R. Martin's fault
cool.
for
I'm gonna
sitting on
let you
his
finish,
ass and not writing his book.
Cool. I'm gonna let you finish. But was it kind of like a Hobbit situation, but for Game of Thrones?
Well, it's just a situation of they didn't have stuff to draw from anymore, so they just started making stuff up, which I get they have to do. But I wasn't.
Yeah, but the Hobbit
like
should have been one movie, maybe 2 max, and they made it 3 movies. Is it kind of like that?
I agree.
Do you think? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if it's exactly like that because obviously the next book will be large, and it still won't be the last book. So they set up something massively epic. So no, I don't think they're just padding. They're working with what they've been given to work with, which is a huge world with a ton of characters and a ton of plot lines and stuff like that. But so no, I don't really think it's exactly a Hobbit situation because I don't feel like they're just adding stuff. They're not adding stuff for the sake of adding stuff. They're adding stuff because they literally have to.
I have to ask this question, Cole. Okay, Jay's seen all of Game of Thrones up to its to the last season, and you've seen a shit ton of it as well. How many penises do I get to see? Because that's all I'm interested in.
I don't know, maybe 4.
Yeah,
that's it.
It's really overstated.
Are there any dwarf dicks? Any small people dicks?
No.
Oh man, fuck.
Unfortunately, not.
Damn it. I thought the show was edgy.
People. I guess people just it's true. Like not too many shows show male full frontal nudity, so people really seem to focus on it like it's a big deal. But
well, yeah, that's where I pause it, and thank God it doesn't ruin VHS tapes anymore. So
yeah, you
blessed. Hashtag blessed.
Jay, there's this whole thing in like South Park where they constantly talk about it, like wieners.
Yeah, I saw that before I actually watched the show.
Yeah. I hadn't watched it.
They really, I get it. That's what South Park's going to do. I'm not like, oh, that's not fair, South Park. That, they're going to do what they're going to do. But it just means it's not that really.
I hadn't seen, I didn't know anything about Game of Thrones. And then I saw the 2 Black Friday episodes. That shit was fucking hilarious. It has George R.R. Martin, and then it has Bill Gates. And there's a meeting with Bill Gates, and he's like, oh hey, one of his like sales reps comes in, and he's like, Mr. Gates, the Xbox isn't selling as well as we thought it was gonna be this month, and he slits his throat right in front of him, and he's like, God damn it, no!
I like that Bill Gates is like all tatted up, like head to toe. He's just like full of like badass tattoos, and then he like kills the president of Sony.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
I love those hats. Looks like Paddington Bear.
The times they do show male nudity, it's definitely worth it.
Hold on.
I mean, you get a shot. Like you're like, you get to see everything.
You're in it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
10 out of 10 IMDb. There we go.
Gypsy scum. Wait, I want to hear them say crusty jugglers. There it is. They repeat it. Crusty jugglers. That's good.
True Detective. Oh yeah. Have you guys seen Mindhunter? Either of you?
I lost it. What, you mean the show?
Yeah.
I think we both watched a few episodes.
The thing about the FBI agents, like in the late 60s?
Yeah, Fincher.
Yeah, I watched like 4 episodes, and it just didn't go anywhere. I kept waiting for there to like be a main plot, and there's not. It's just he goes here, he goes. I lost patience with it. So I was really excited to watch
none of the climaxes met your expectations, is what you're saying.
There was no climax. It was just
you
nothing.
Never got there. You were close.
It was just episodes of nothing. There wasn't like an overarching plot line going on.
Were you close to a climax though at any point, Cole?
No, never.
I watched like 6 episodes and we had to quit because I kept falling asleep.
It goes nowhere. Like I mean, you saw more than I saw, so maybe eventually, but
no, yeah. Not in the 6 I saw. It didn't go.
You keep expecting, like, there's not even like a plot, like what's gonna, like every time an episode ends, you don't go like, what's gonna happen next episode, because they've given you no threads to follow. It's just very, I don't know, loose. I guess I don't know.
could just see you sitting there with your PS4 controller, and you're like, "Oh, what the fuck? Not again! God damn it!" And you're like about to throw it out the fucking window.
I was good and patient with it because, like, I wanted to like it because it's about stuff I like, and
Exactly.
no. Instead, if you want a better alternative, not that it's great, watch the David Duchovny one, Aquarius or something.
Oh, is that good?
It's a lot better than that.
Really?
Like I wouldn't say it's great. I didn't finish it, but at least it has a plot.
The four I'm going to be jumping in between when I'm not playing Call of Duty 24/7 365 is The Wire, Rick and Morty, Game of Thrones, and True Detective. Those are kind of the four I'm on right now.
Yeah, it'd be cool to watch the new True Detective. I only saw the preview for it once, and I already forget everything. So,
well, the first two episodes are going to be out tonight, and I know you're caught up, right? So
you said you couldn't understand what the guy was saying.
Yeah,
you said you needed subtitles.
because that's what I said to you. I said I can't hear him or make him out or something.
It's like so gruff. He's like,
yeah.
We don't know anybody like that, right, guys?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm going to help there.
At least he knows. He does a pretty good job here. He even keeps the shock on his face.
Cole, if you met some really hot chick from the UK and she kept calling you a wanker in bed, would that turn you on or turn you off?
That would be the end right there.
Wanker? You wouldn't like it?
No.
Dude, what if she was what if like the perfect woman in your mind? Just perfectly
Then she
built.
wouldn't talk like that.
Wanker.
Oh my god.
That was her
thing. The perfect British woman with the perfect voice is Jessica Drew, the first Spider Woman. There.
Is there any audio? Or is it just comic book sticky material?
Oh no, there's some good audio. There's like a motion comic that was on Netflix for a while that directly adapts just before she starts working for Sword. And I don't know who the voice actress is, but she's perfect, and that's the voice I hear in my head.
This isn't Friday the 13th or food. Did you see the new Spider-Man movie, the animated one?
No, I was going to just to see it, but it's not at my close theater, and I'm not going to my far theater to bother with it.
Damn,
I don't know. Everybody says it's really good, but it looks awfully goofy and silly to me.
Yeah.
And Spider-Verse was a very dark, serious storyline full of death. So I don't know what they're doing.
Peter Parker's not dead.
Anyway, there's no time for me to rant and rave about Miles Morales and how he's being shoved down our throats. Of course, he's a supporting character in the Spider-Man game, and this basically guarantees that he'll be running around as one of the Spider-Mans in the next one.
Well, I've got about
serves as like an origin story for him.
I've got about 9.5 hours, so just take the floor. You're good.
No.
It all started in 1776.
It all started when Axel Alonso was just like, diversity until we die, but I don't want to admit that they read wrong, or I'll sound like one of those comic gate nut jobs, which I am not.
I didn't even know who that guy is, but I do know Gamergate, so I can kind of relate. But
well, now there's a similar bullshit going on called Comicsgate, where basically a bunch of
hang on. The only Axels
morons.
I've ever known are Axel Foley and Axel from Twisted Metal 2. You guys know who I'm talking about, right? Guy with the arms.
What about Axl Rose? He's an actor that you know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sweet child.
The best Axel is Axel from My Bloody Valentine.
That's right. Wow. This is me when I get a job. Watch.
Staring zombie-like.
Just this kid working. I'll be in a cult.
Walking calls on there. Nice. Point Break.
When
he's looking at he's looking at Silent Rage. He's like, the super cup that can't be stopped, or something like that. To myself, and I need proper sunglasses for it. We have no idea how much money that is.
The riff tracks for Silent Rage was hilarious because I've never seen the movie without the riff tracks commentary because Bruce got me into it and he's a big fan. But
it's hilarious enough on its own, so I'm sure it's pretty good with riff tracks.
Riff tracks, it's hilarious. They're like, he's like, "Hey, babe, we need to have sex right now so I can kick more ass later."
Okay. Isn't it amazing how long that sex scene goes on? I saw that with a theater full of people, and it just erupted with laughter because it just kept going. They're like, this is really important. We have to show him getting some here with Miss Flowery Dress or whatever.
I had hesitations because you're like, it's Michael Myers with Chuck Norris, and I was like, no, there can't be a movie like that, Cole. You're fucking stupid. Even though you had the really good recommendations, and then I watch it with riff tracks, I almost fucking died. I couldn't get oxygen in my lungs.
Oh, getting shot at by country farmers.
Reload that fast.
She's proficient, but it doesn't matter. Oh, he kicks a woman in the face. It's awesome. Her nose
Look at
is all
those shades.
busted.
I want those sunglasses. Badass. Was that guy who was laughing the guy who sells TVs in Shaun of the Dead?
Yeah, you got red on you.
Yeah, got red on you.
It is, right?
I know none of you guys want to be here, stuck working here for the rest of your life. Now,
like, how old are you? And he's like 15.
And there's a guy who's like 75 in the corner.
He just walks out.
Oh my god, the toothpick. I love it. Oh my god.
Wait, you have to go full on, right?
I'm all out of gum.
You'll ring them back. Oh yeah, he's on a horse. I love this. They're like, look at his horse. Because in the first one they say look at his arse or something. Now she says, look at his horse. Do something useful. It's interesting that a store can have this rule. Like, only so many kids in the store at the same time. Like, doesn't that sound like against the law? To discriminate against a certain group of people? I mean, I get that it would fly in a little town like this. But I'm pretty sure you couldn't have that policy in your store. You couldn't be like, like 2 school children at a time, that's it.
Is this a common thing in Halifax?
What's common?
I said, is this a common thing in Halifax?
What, kids going into a store?
Never mind.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Never mind. Oh,
I was talking about the store having a rule that only so many kids could be in at the same time.
Exactly. Do you get the meme?
And I'm saying, no, I don't have the meme about kids being allowed into a store. How dark, how fucking depraved do I have to be to figure out extrapolate what you're getting out of it?
You just have to watch a lot of stand-up comedy.
Kids in stores. Boy. Okay, sure.
Obi-Cold Kenobi.
Down. I love how the priest has like those whatever they are, those mechanisms like in his sleeves that causes his guns to like pop out in his hands. I mean, that's a priest. Pretty badass.
I haven't seen it yet.
No, that's after everybody gets shot. He's the only one not shooting at first. He's a really good cop too, because he managed to shoot all these people non-fatally.
What was the first movie that was used in where the gun comes out? As I know, it's in like all of the.
It's probably like El Mariachi.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Stuff like that. I know it's in like Desperado and all those.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's been used well before that.
Probably. The earliest one I'm aware of, I think, is El Mariachi, which is like 95. And then he did it again in the next one on Desperado.
I still have to see both of those.
You haven't seen fucking Desperado? Oh, man. Nope.
Oh, it's in...
Not only is that a cool action movie, but it has like an amazing like sex scene with 1996... What's her name?
You haven't seen Desperado?
Nope.
Whoa, dude, you got to get on that. That's an awesome movie.
You want to know what I haven't seen, and I know we're live? Just ask Cole.
That's like my favorite like 90s sex scene.
Ask Cole what was on my Letterboxd watch list. That's how much shit I haven't seen. And then add like 5 years to that, because that was like 6 or 7 years ago. There's a lot of stuff.
Like I saw Desperado and got blown away, and then went back and watched El Mariachi after that.
Yeah, pretty much same here.
It's a really, really great action movie.
I grew up watching so much like horror franchise stuff that I just never got away from anything else besides the main stuff like Star Wars and Predator and Alien and Die Hard and stuff like that.
I'm surprised you were more horror than action.
No, it was
because when I was younger, I was more action than horror. You know, it wasn't until probably my later teens that I turned towards horror.
Yeah, I was more horror back when I was younger because it's, you know, it was just more prestigious. It was like finding like a porno mag pretty much. But then
I guess.
But then like movies like Die Hard, Beverly Hills Cop, I'm trying to think. Just name Terminator 2, Terminator the first one, Aliens, you know. Those were all everybody loved those too. And then I watched all that shit before '99 when the first prequel came out for Star Wars. So
yeah, you should definitely watch Desperado. Robert Rodriguez is a cool filmmaker. But speaking of which,
do you wait? Hang on.
So for years,
wait. Do you have in Canada? Do you have El Rey Network?
Nope.
I don't think so.
I know what it is, and I know what it is, and it's had the what is it? The Dusk Till Dawn show and stuff, which I watched a bit of. But no,
I was just wondering.
Here we go. He goes, "Fuck off, grasshopper." I have no idea what grasshopper means, but sure.
But that's all I wanted to know, though. What were you gonna say?
I was going to say, years and years ago, before Avatar came off, there we go. It came out. I was super excited about Avatar, whereas most of the world seemed to have forgotten it was even happening. And then it happened. They were like, "You see this movie, Avatar?" I was like, "Yeah, I've been following it online for like 4 years, like for Christ's sake." But anyway, so then everybody says, Avatar, they're going to make sequels, although it's been forever. I wanted them to make Battle Angel. Well, Battle Angel's finally coming out, and he's not directing it. I think Robert Rodriguez is the director. I'm really mad about that.
Not that I don't.
Battle Angel was supposed to be the next thing that he did before Avatar, and now it's finally coming out, like I think in March, and he's not directing it. I'm pretty sure Robert Rodriguez is the director, and I like Robert Rodriguez, but I still feel ripped off. I wanted James Cameron to do Battle Angel. He's the producer, but big deal. He produces all sorts of shit. You're a doctor. Deal with it.
Yeah, he's been attached to so many things like the past decade that he either didn't do or wound up just being a producer.
Yeah. Part of it is because he does everything on such a massive, massive scale. Like, he doesn't know how to do anything else.
Like just remember all the times you've either seen a movie, but not even seen a movie, but that you've been to the theater and it said like Spielberg or like Cameron. Like insane.
The last Spielberg movie I gave a shit about was Munich, and most people didn't even like it.
No.
But I finally saw.
When you're sitting in the theater and it says produced by Cameron or Spielberg, like just think of how many times you've seen that, over the years.
It means nothing to me either.
It doesn't mean anything anymore. I finally saw Ready Player One. I liked it more than I expected to. Like I was very dismissive of it. It's not bad. It's not bad.
I shit all over it, so you probably liked it because I hated it so much, or didn't hate it because I hated it so much.
I thought I would really dislike it, but it's not too bad. Again, I don't care. Like I realize this movie's like a big deal for people of a certain age, but not me. Like I don't care. Also, it's more full of references that I would understand than like these kids. Like, do they know who Kira from the Dark Crystal is? Do they? Like I do, but you fucking don't. And I'm not saying that matters or I'm smarter or better for it. I just. It's weird seeing people connect with a movie or say they do when I don't think they get half of it. But
that's basically like that's the fun of that movie is trying to catch.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, look at this. Do you like this? Look, there's Canada's bike.
That I know that. I know that. I know that thing. Know that.
And if you can like slow the movie down or pause it, you'll even see stuff that you didn't know before.
Sure.
Like I don't know, like something quick, like Freddy Krueger getting blown up or something.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I like that for what it is, but it doesn't mean it's a good movie to me or anything.
Yeah. No, I don't think it was good, but I thought it was okay. Like I don't hate that I watched it. It was better than I expected. I was ready to like really dislike it, and it's not too bad. And, Spielberg's the only person that possibly could have done that movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel about the same way you do about it. It's something like I'm glad I watched, but I'll never watch again type thing.
I could see everything coming like a mile away. The number one thing being like, obviously that's a girl. Okay, that's a girl. The big guy that talks with like a really weird voice. Obviously, that's a girl.
Right.
Yeah. Don't you love like how shallow movies are though? Like the girl that he meets says like, oh, that he falls in love with. Like, this isn't the real me. When you meet the real me, you'll be disappointed. And then she's like a very pretty girl, but she has like a red birthmark.
So
and
stupid.
he points out how stupid it is. He's like, so you have a birthmark, but she's acting like she's like, fucking Quasimodo over here because she's a pretty girl with a birthmark on her face.
Yeah.
Like you'd be like, oh, get the fuck out! That's imperfection.
Like, wow, there's like vomiting everywhere when you see it.
Exactly. It's
That's
different
why,
coloration, It's not like it's a.
That's why I can't. I feel like I've lost a fellow man and soldier when I see a guy in a relationship, or he's even worse, married, and he goes to chick flicks all the time. Oh my god, man down. I can't stand that shit.
Flatfoots. Well, they're incompetent flatfoots because you taught them to be incompetent flatfoots. But I guess it doesn't matter at this point. Oh yeah, Saxon's the dog. The vicious, horrible German Shepherd.
I'll never let you go.
I mean, not all chick flicks are bad.
True.
And,
But the ones that are bad are fucking bad.
No, absolutely. But
oh yeah.
You gotta balance it out.
I'm trying to think of romantic comedies I like. I like When Harry Met Sally. I like French Kiss. There's probably a couple others.
Gerard Depardieu.
Yep.
Blue is the warmest.
Back before he started looking like a monster. Nowadays he's terrifying. Now he does look like Quasimodo.
He straight up has a butt on his nose. Like his nose has turned into butt cheeks.
Oh, dude, I'm so jealous of people with the ass cheek chins, like Vince McMahon. He's got a little butthole right here in the middle. They should just put a little stud in there. Just fucking.
What does a weak chin mean? By the way, often I'll hear people like talk about somebody being unattractive and having a weak chin. I don't actually know what a weak chin is. What does that mean?
Not having a predominant chin, like it instead of your profile being your chin going out, it would be like just being like really,
okay,
like not pronounced.
So like German chicks turn you off, right? Like just in general, Cole, right? So like
well,
they have,
you know what
I
mean.
Oh, okay.
I don't mean like they're bad people or something.
No. They have like strong chins. Like they look kind of more masculine.
I guess so. It's not like I'm not going to say, there's not a hot. Obviously, there's plenty of hot German chicks, women, girls, whatever you want to say.
Oh, cool, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like that, like the really hot one in Euro.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it. They're going like no.
Oh, yeah. Give me some maple syrup now. Oh, nine.
Oh, Sieg Heil indeed.
Well, if I was ever going to get past it, now I'm not, because now I'm just going to remember this.
You're gonna see my quadruple chin face, speaking like a German woman. Oh, the cold. Give me this maple.
You should have got this guy on like a flying guillotine or something.
He's got him in the sleeper hold. Oh, not in the piece.
Those guys are pretty ballsy. They're fighting armed police by just like throwing stuff from behind a counter. They're pretty darn dedicated to their boss.
True.
So what gun is a resident gun expert, Jay? What gun is Simon Pegg using? Is that a 45 Deagle?
I'm not sure the caliber.
Hard to get a good look at it.
That's what they always say to me, Cole. Don't worry about it.
I'm not that much of a gun expert.
There's too many kinds of guns. Like I try to keep track because I play a lot of video games, watch a lot of movies, but there's just every time I think I recognize a gun, I don't, because there's just so many different kinds. Like there's a Glock, there's a Desert Eagle.
22 in this Nintendo 64, 55.
Colt.
Revolver.
Yeah. The single action army is the greatest handgun in the world. Well, that's what a revolver ocelot says. So,
well, look, I'm gonna tell you about
more than enough to kill anything that moves. I'm thinking, you kill an elephant like that? Well, I guess if you're a revolver ocelot, you have perfect shots and you hit it right in the brain.
I couldn't even get any penetration with the elephant gun.
Some girl on girl.
Ooh, where? Ooh, yeah.
That's what she says. Nothing like a bit of girl on girl. Well, that's the joke about Doris, is they always make like really sexist jokes, and she loves them.
Ooh, I love them too. Look at Nick Frost. He doesn't even look like a fat ass. He just looks like John Goodman, but like English. Awesome.
John Goodman's a fat ass, isn't he?
It was.
Not anymore.
Oh, is he another guy that
lost.
lost a bunch of weight?
Mhm.
Yep.
Well, that's good because he was massive.
Oh yeah, I mean since then he's lost a ton of weight.
Dude, I'm telling you, his best fat guy role, even though it's minor, is the Gambler remake. Holy shit! Like Marky Mark owes him a bunch of money, and he says, "If you fuck with me one more time, I will kill your whole entire fucking bloodline, and you don't pay me back." It
I've
was the
seen
remake.
that. That's where he was like a teacher, right?
I've never.
No,
seen
he was kind of like Malkovich, like in Rounders, kind of like he had a lot of money and connections.
Yeah.
So he's sitting like he's got like a bald head sitting with his shirt off in like some kind of like
The
sauna
committee.
place, and he's got a towel over his shoulder. It says, "If you fuck with me anymore, I'll kill your whole fucking bloodline."
Mhm.
And Marky Mark's just like, "What?"
I miss
Well,
him
he-
going punch that shit. Oh, damn, I love that.
More Bad Boys 2 stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. This is the Baby Driver stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, I figure, yeah, this was good practice, right? We're doing. I love Baby
So
Driver
so
so
wait,
much.
I'm noob as fuck. Who directed Baby Driver? Which guy?
Same guy, Edgar Wright.
Oh, okay.
You haven't seen Baby Driver?
I have not.
You need
Add
to
that
watch
to
that.
the
That's like
list.
the
too.
best. That's like the best car action in like 25 years.
Yeah.
We need to have an offline chat, not safe for work chat on like what I need.
I mean,
to
I
watch
knew
for
that's one of
the
those movies I knew I was gonna like going in, and I just love it. It's just so stylistic. I love the bright colors, the use of music, and the character did remind me a lot of myself. My favorite part, don't worry, this isn't a really big spoiler or anything, or is like the second heist. That's my favorite, the one where Flea is one of the guys and stuff. And just listen to what do they listen to? I can't remember. It might be The Damned or something like that.
You know what's weird? Movies
They
and
have
games.
that thing about the masks, which I won't spoil because that's a funny bit about the masks. But that screws everything up. So they're about to go, and he goes, "Wait!" And they're like, "What?" He's like, "I gotta start the song over." Like that would exactly be
Yeah.
me. I drive people nuts when I drive
You
because
know
I won't
what's
get
weird?
out of the
Like
car in the middle of a song and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
graphic novels, like spoilers would piss me off, and obviously regular books and novels, like that would kind of piss me off. But with movies, TV shows, and games, like I never spoilers never really affect me because I haven't witnessed it with my own eyes. If that makes sense. Even though
Well,
I know already what's happening.
it makes sense. It makes sense. Oh, see, that was Aaron Aronson that just bit him.
So I'm the opposite. No, I hate spoilers.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I don't prefer them, but when if you're reading YouTube comments and it's like, oh, click on my webcam video here, and then it's like, I liked your vid, and then it's like, he fucking gets his head chopped off, and I'm like, no, oh shit.
When people
Like,
intentionally do it and do it too soon and stuff, yeah. But I mean,
People like that are douches.
yeah.
There's no reason to do that.
There's
But
a
I'm not
certain.
gonna be like Raiho, where I'm just like, I'm not reading anything about the new Halloween for 5 years before it comes out. Like I'm not gonna avoid Twitter and Twitch and YouTube. I mean, I'll just, if it happens, it happens. But that's why cool people don't. That's why only cool people watch horror movies. So everyone spoils Star Wars. No one said shit about the new Halloween.
Oh, uppercut, boom! But he's about to get it even worse. It's a really good effect too. It's a pretty good gore effect.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna get the steeple
Harry
through the
Potter.
jaw. Spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
Slight spoiler here for what's about to happen. It's like, what's your name?
A young Daniel Radcliffe he is.
Yeah, he's British and he's got glasses. It's close enough. Can you?
They're all the same.
Wouldn't you have loved to have been at the studio, like sometime in like 2000 or whatever, on day one of the auditions for Harry Potter? Can you just imagine like the massive line or sea of like 10-year-old brunette boys with glasses? There must have been so many.
You know what's funny? The episode
look
of
at that.
Extras with
Yeah.
Daniel Radcliffe.
I know, and he's like this little bastard. He's like, he has like the cigarette. He's like, look, it's a fact. He's like, yeah, I know. He's like, I smoke it. And he's carrying like a condom around. He's like, I'm gonna use this.
He's trying to.
He's hitting on all like the older women.
He's trying to hit on her, and then his mom comes in and he tells his mom that she was trying to give him.
That's hers. And she tried to give me fags. Yeah, it's funny.
Where is
He's
this
hitting
deleted scenes on the first movie or what?
God, no! It's a show called
No,
Extras.
it's
It's a Ricky
Mockumentary.
Gervais show where he's like where he's like this he's this failed actor who keeps thinking he'll be an actor someday, and all he can get is work as an extra. But he keeps working, and there's all these celebrity cameos with celebrities themselves, but they play like ridiculous versions of themselves.
Do you
They're
guys
all,
like the original Office more or the American?
Original. But I did learn to appreciate in the last few months. I watched a lot of the American, and I more appreciate it more than I used to. As I was saying to Jay, the thing for me was I liked the late seasons once Steve Carell left, because I felt like Steve Carell was stealing all the screen time. Once he was gone, I felt like a lot of the characters really, they could shine, and it was funny. Like, I didn't hate Steve Carell's character. I didn't hate it. I just thought it was way too much about him. It was just so...
I like their nerdy guys with the glasses. He's fucking hilarious. He's got the weird haircut.
Rainn Wilson. Yeah, Rainn Wilson's good. So Rainn Wilson was in Almost Famous. Did you see him, Jay?
No.
He was one of, like, the guys at Rolling Stone magazine.
Really?
Like, he was just like an assistant guy. He didn't have very many lines, but he was in like the scenes with what's his name, Torres and stuff.
I'll have to look it up. No, I didn't notice that was him.
I can't believe the main chick was 21 and when that movie was filmed. No, she was actually 20. Whatever her name is. Yep.
Well, it's fair enough. Like they never really say how old she is. Like she says she's 17 at one point, but you don't know if it's true or not because everything about her is bullshit.
No, but I mean, she just had a kid and she still looks like twice as hot as she did back in Almost Famous. Look it up.
She hasn't done any good movies since then.
It's Goldie Hawn's genes, man.
Yeah, exactly. Goldie Hawn aged very well too. Was Kurt Russell married to Goldie Hawn?
I think they're together. They're not married.
Oh.
They've been together for like 40 years.
I bet you they have an awesome open relationship. Very, a classy, dignified Hollywood relationship. It's too what's the word I'm trying to say? Too sophisticated for people like us.
Only me, Cole. Only me.
They're all like elderly now. I doubt they do that now, but yeah, probably at one time.
I'm sure Kurt Russell could flex his muscles for a while. Oh, everybody forgot about this guy, the communications guy. He's got like a blunderbuss.
Yeah.
He's like a dwarf in World of Warcraft. Oh.
Busybody. Oh, man, that's a lot of...
That's
multiple.
I forgot how awesome this movie was. I only saw this movie once when it came out on DVD, like right when it came out.
What's odd is I don't remember if I saw it in theaters or not. And I remember everything I saw in theaters. Oh, yeah, he blows up with the... I think that would probably take out everybody, but...
I actually only saw World's End out of the three.
Really?
I'll have to watch World's End again. I was really disappointed the first time I saw it, but I've seen it at least one or two more times, and I like it more now.
I would have I really enjoyed Zombieland in the theater, but I would have died laughing if I saw Shaun of the Dead in like a packed theater. That would have been so much fun.
did. I saw that was pretty cool too, because it was like a month before it was released. I saw it like nice. Some advanced thing in a packed theater. That was a lot of fun.
Sweet.
That's one of the first movies like when I was in the 2000s that made me feel like there could be good comedy again, because comedy had been dead for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And then there was some decent comedy in there.
Murphy stopped making comedies, Farley died, all this shit, and then honestly horror comedies are the only movies that really make me laugh. I mean, like after post like Wayne's World and all that shit, anything in the 90s. Like out of the newer ones, like Tucker and Dale versus Evil is great. Deathgasm. There's not much. I mean, a lot of the shit I love is from the 90s. It's not just because that's when I grew up. Like Office Space, Wayne's World 1 and 2.
Mitch Hedberg was in Almost Famous.
Which guy's that?
Really? Famous comedian. He's dead.
Oh.
Played the Eagles road manager.
I think that's part of the deleted scenes. Or the extended edition. I don't think that's in the normal version. Who's road manager?
The Eagles.
Oh, so he was one of the guys in the poker game.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever it was. The thing. Okay. Yeah, he was from one of those guys.
Yeah. Yeah, you would probably like some of his stand up.
Probably seen him at some point. Seen a lot of these people.
You probably is, yeah.
I'll have to check it out, see if I recognize him.
He died.
Here come the fuzz.
What did he die of? Work like overdose or something?
Overdosing of drugs, yeah.
That's it.
I don't know what
Hot
kind though.
Fuzz. And that's Hot Fuzz, directed by Edgar Wright. Stupid Netflix. Don't do that. Let me watch the credits. I hate
Dude,
on
that
Netflix.
happened with Ip Man 2 this morning when they were showing Bruce Lee's original master or sensei, whatever the fuck you want to call him. And then it's like, watch Totally Blonde 5 next. And I'm like, oh my fucking god, I'm about to kill somebody.
Yeah. I don't like things that just, that's one of the things that I can't stand about Netflix for the last few years. So how it has to just keep moving. Like now, if I click on a movie and I want to look at it, it'll like start to play up in the window. I'm like, I don't want to play. I just want to read the info.
I don't want to do a thumbs up or thumbs down. I want to be like, yes, I know I'm a stupid American, but I just want to watch the credits because I actually respect film. Fuck you. and then pay $14.
But yeah, like now I can't just leave Netflix on because if I do, whatever it's on will just start to play in a loop, which I can't stand. Like I don't need everything playing. Just leave it. This isn't a DVD menu.
I'm getting original for some shitty fucking weeaboo faggot fucking anime.
Yeah, me too. I got the same thing.
Is it High Scare Girl or some shit? Let's go through.
I got something called Dairy Girls, but it's not anime.
Actually, girls. That it's like a British.
Oh yeah.
Comedy.
I still have to watch the rest of Watership Down. They're doing a fine job. I just don't like that CGI stuff.
Really? Yeah, that's what I've heard.
It's just not a good look for it. I mean, it's really hard to tell the rabbits apart this way. Like, they all look the same.
Another one that I'm going to have to tackle that it just passed me by because just a bunch of shit was happening in high school. Insert excuse here, is City of God, and that's on US Netflix. I don't know if it's on
I've been
Canadian.
putting off watching that movie forever. No, I've seen it, but it's been many years. I love it.
You said you said it's got like really fast subs though.
Well, like I said, it might not for everything. I saw it on CBC on TV, and it had very difficult subs for me. They were yellow, and they were fast, and I had, I read fast and stuff, and I had a lot of trouble with them. But maybe it's not always like that. That was a long time ago. Maybe I think
the plot just sounds really cool. Like he forgot one guy when he was growing up, and that guy just shits on him.
I forget like almost every like detail. But in general, I remember it, and it's an awesome, awesome movie.
They'll be speaking Portuguese pretty quickly.
Yeah. Solo's on here. I'm going to have to watch Solo soon. Which I saw in theater, and it was okay.
I don't know that I'll watch it again.
Yo, did you watch all of Big Mouth with that guy you liked, whoever makes it?
Yeah.
Is that both seasons, 2 of them?
Yeah, the season 2 is better than season 1.
I've just got to go through all 22-minute episodes of the first 3 seasons of Rick and Morty and then get into more of this other stuff. Bill Burr, who's a really great comedian, F is for Family, that's pretty funny too. Remember in the 70s?
It comes on TV here. I never had to like sit down and try to watch it. It would just come on TV. So that's why I've seen it. I've just seen them out of order on TV. Yeah. I never like had to sit down and say, time to watch Rick and Morty. They just came on TV. I was like, oh, okay, I'll watch the show. Because, I've been hearing about it for 2 years, but it wasn't on any channel. Now suddenly it is. And, it is very good.
The people I know, like in my circle of friends, and then just random people that I meet, like, just going out and stuff, that's like the number one thing they talk about, especially if it's animated. Like, of course, they like The Simpsons, depending on what age they are, and South Park and Family Guy, Futurama, yada, yada, yada. But, like, everyone's, like, always jizzing about fucking Rick and Morty. I'm like, all right, fine, I'll fucking watch it soon.
It is very good.
It is a funny show.
It is very good.
Yeah.
And it's just sort of nice to see like comedy taking advantage of stuff like that. Because for like somebody like geeky like me, it's like, all right, let's use the comedic possibilities that come along with stuff like this, like going in space and time travel and different dimensions and all this stuff. Like that's a great place for comedy. So let's do it. Because it hadn't really been done too much. I mean, there's been some sci-fi comedies, but not many. How many sci-fi comedies?
How could I watch City of God when there's Tears of the Sun? Die Hard in the Amazon.
Never seen it. Always meant to.
I didn't like
I hear it's a pretty good performance from him, Willis. Like more of an acting performance than just him being his normal.
I'd say out of all of his movies, I haven't seen them all, obviously, because there's so many DVD movies now. But it's a pretty average Willis performance, to be honest.
Yeah. Maybe I'll see it someday. I don't know.
Which means it's like the best thing like ever created compared to Steven Seagal. But yeah.
Well, yes, Bruce Willis is an actual actor.
Like it's like it's a mediocre Willis film, but it's right under Siege.
Ooh.
But you know, it's like
Maps to the Stars is on Netflix, Cole. If you haven't seen that one yet,
not on mine.
It's damn it. That's the Cronenberg film I want you to watch.
I know it's not on mine, but that's okay. I'll find some way to watch it.
It's a good film.
Orc and I were looking, and right now, like our Netflix could not be more different. Like besides maybe stuff like the Netflix original content, which is for everybody.
What was it that you had? There was 2 series or franchises that you had certain films of, and I had like 1, 2, 3, and you had 4, 5, 6, or like vice versa, like switched around. It was fucking stupid.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It was like
I don't
remember.
Oh, a lot of good stuff on my list. Oh, there's Mindhunter. Fuck you, Mindhunter.
Yeah, fuck you, Mindhunter.
Boring.
I'm not wasting any more time on it. Like if it's not like going to capture my attention in that period of time, I can't invest another 6-7 hours in a show like that.
For God's sake, yeah. But
not complaining at all, but there's just so much good content, man. And Disney's gonna have their thing. Fucking Voodoo's owned by Walmart. Target's gonna probably make their own. Who the fuck knows what Best Buy is gonna do?
DC has one.
All for $5 to $15 a month. Yay!
Yeah, that shit adds up.
Yeah, it does. Holy shit.
Yeah, 5, 5, 5, 5. Even though anything Disney does is not going to be 5.
5, 5, 5, 10, 15. Oh wait, this company's greedy. 20, 1998.
Because like they're doing the ESPN thing now for 5, just because they're trying it out. Like that's their first toe in the water of streaming.
The thing is, yeah, if you're a diehard fan though, like WWE Network is fucking amazing. ESPN Plus for $5 a month, you get so many games. You get all the 30 for 30s. I mean, it's like the best thing. The only good thing about all this, everything dying off, is that all these companies are, they're going to be fighting, and that should drive prices down somewhat. I think the competition. So
okay, name. He's one of the most well-known, like the football play-by-play guys. He was on 2 of the big networks for years and years. Like Monday Night Football or whatever. Who does Monday Night Football now? Like the commentary guy. Who is it?
Frank Griffin?
No, it's somebody else.
John Madden, John Gruden.
No, he's not color. He's like the actual play-by-play, I think.
Pat Summerall.
I'm not sure.
That's not right either. Cannot think of this guy's name.
Al Michaels.
Al Michaels, thank you. So this is weird. So one day I was following the rabbit hole on Wikipedia, reading stuff. I was mostly reading about Disney. I was reading Disney stuff. I was really looking at like historical stuff. It was around the time I was making a list of their animated canon. And I was reading about like some of the early stuff. And they have that forgotten character. The character that Walt Disney created before Mickey Mouse in the 1920s was named something like Lester or something like that. The Lucky Rabbit. I can't remember the first name, but it's something the Lucky Rabbit. Anyway, what happened was, after Disney went forward with his other stuff and basically dumped his partner, Ub Iwerks, he let Iwerks, I think, keep that character. In any case, for over 80 years, whatever the Lucky Rabbit, whatever his name is, I can't remember, they made cartoons of him, but he was not Disney. But he passed hands. Different studios had him, and of course, he was never really a big star or anything. Obviously, nothing compared to Mickey or anything like that. So anyway, back around 2010 or so, they were going to make this game. I'm sure you probably heard of it. I think on the PS3, a Mickey Mouse game called Epic Mickey. You might have heard of it, where you play as Mickey. It turns out a big part of that storyline involves that rabbit character. And the point is it is sort of it even kind of ties in with the real world. And it's the idea that he kind of resents the world for being forgotten while Mickey becomes a star and stuff like that. But at the time, Disney did not have the rights to that character, and they needed it for the game. So what's really weird is around this time, Al Michaels was working for one of the networks, like NBC or something like that. I think does Disney own ESPN?
Yes.
Okay. So he was working for NBC and stuff like that. But he was interested. He'd gotten an offer from ESPN to do Monday Night Football. Anyway, in part of the deal of him leaving and coming over, by the way, this would have violated his contract. They couldn't do it legally, but they found a loophole. And part of the deal was he was partially traded along with money, but it was like a trade, like in sports, for the rights to that rabbit character. Disney reacquired that rabbit character by trading Al Michaels. Isn't that weird? Or the other way around. It was, I don't know.
I'm a fucking huge football fan, and I didn't even know about that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really Lucky Rabbit.
I might have even said it backwards, but it was basically a trade. It was part of like the contract, moving contracts around so that he could legally leave one to go join the other. Part of it coming the other way was Disney got the rights to this character back. And
what's a better documentary, Vince Carter or Notorious?
Have you guys seen either of them.
Who's Notorious again?
Conor McGregor.
I haven't watched either. I'm not gonna watch. I don't like McGregor. I'm not gonna watch that.
Bullshit! I would have fucking wiped my ass for 45 minutes.
Yeah, I literally do not care about his story or his life in any way.
Vince Carter was good though.
I barely care about him as a fighter.
There's
Vince Carter's pretty cool though. I mean, obviously he made basketball. He's one of like the most important figures for Canadians. He made.
There's 4 Hot Girls Wanted now. Shit, I've really played too much games. Holy fuck.
There's like a third after porn ends. I'm not watching any.
Oh, dude, the first 2 are so great though.
First they made me want to kill myself.
Yeah, like I don't want to watch that.
We used to fuck every day, and then I got HIV, and all my kids died. No!
Is it that depressing? Is it really that depressing?
I got paid $10 to like gate my shit open for like.
I knew my porn. No, Jay. It's like this. Is like I knew my porn career was over when my asshole fell out, and they call that the asshole effect.
Their porn career was like 3 weeks long, and they were like sitting on bowling pins at the end of it, and just like
I get it. It's not a glamorous world.
No, you think they'd suck. I haven't seen the third one. The first 2 are actually they're good documentaries. Like no,
I'm not
bullshit.
saying they're not good documentaries. I'm sure they are. I just mean I don't want to see the subject matter.
No, I just mean you probably think they're just like complete dog shit like movies. They're actually like halfway decent.
I can believe that. I'm sure they're well made and have thoughtful interviews and stuff. I'm sure.
I want to say Rashida Jones does those.
Oh, I have a big crush on her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish the broadcast here since the movie is over and stuff, but I can still hang around for a little bit.
Cool.
But that was Hot Fuzz. I don't know if anyone's ever gonna watch this, but it's up there. At least we had fun doing it. And I'll give this a proper title later, and people maybe can find it. So if anybody's watching this now or later, we thank you very much, and we'll see you all again very soon with whatever.
We love you long time.
Whatever it is. There you go. Good night from Jay Ork and Cole. See you later, guys. Thanks a lot. Bye.